see. Are we rolling? It always starts off with that camera. One more. All right, let's see. My microphone. I see audio levels. Okay, we are good to go. Hey, everyone. It's been a good month probably since last time I've done this. I think it was the last day of harvest. Welcome everyone to the channel. I'm Nick Welker, by the way. I'm work at Welker Farms. I guess you could say part owner, part inheritor, and operator of this YouTube channel. A lot of you guys already know who I am, so looks like we're good. All right. Yeah. So anyways, today the sun is low. This is this time of the year. It's like the sun gets in my face. My shadow is like 10 feet long already, and it's barely even the middle of the day yet, so I don't know. That's just how it is this time of year, but got my hat on. But yeah, so we're here today. Reason being is we are like this close to getting over 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers. That's unbelievable on the YouTube channel. I can't even fathom how many subscribers that is. It just blows my mind. I try to put in perspective like a city in Montana. I'm like 100,000 people. That's like almost as big as our biggest city in Montana. Actually, I think Billings is like 150,000. So, but it's close. Very amazing. I can't believe it, guys. That's awesome. I don't know if we're gonna get there today or not. That's kind of the, I would like to get there today if we could. Reason being is I don't want to get there on Monday because Monday everyone goes back to work, and I want to get you guys the 100,000 celebration video that I made. That I think you're gonna get a kick out of it. It's gonna be pretty fun. But the problem is I want to get close to 100,000. Okay. So if you guys, I don't know if you've heard, but YouTube has the ability now to do what's called a premiere. I want to try it. Basically, I can set a time that a video will air, and you guys get to watch it with me in the chat. So you guys watch it on your end. It'd be like this live stream right now, only it'd be the video that I'm going to show you guys, and then I can be in the chat with you while you're watching it. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, what other way to do it? So I'm going to try to pull that off, but in order to pull that off, I want to get to 100,000 subscribers because I don't want to celebrate it prematurely. So anyways, how are things going? Is it running okay? Is the quality decent? Can you guys hear me okay? I got 704 of you. That's awesome. I'm hanging out by the buds too, by the way. I believe I have the settings on this app optimized so that the quality will be about as good as I can get it on the bandwidth that I've got. But yeah, we're just gonna hang out. I don't care. We could start some things up. We could shut some things down. We go check out our grain bin moving project. As long as I'm in good service, that's all the point that matters. So, but yeah, let's see, how's everyone doing? Everyone good? I saw a bunch of different countries already. Everything sounds great and quality is great. Good deal. Oh, and by the way, guys, I use cell phones to do my video. I just like it because cell phones are in my pocket. I just bought the new LG V35. It's got a lot better front-facing camera on it. 16 megapixel cameras in the back. The wide angle lens was kind of shortened a little bit. I'm a little disappointed about that, but it seems to be a pretty good phone. The only problem is the speaker or the microphones in it are pretty tingy. I don't like the sound, and I shake a lot. You know, it's just hard to hold a phone steady. So I've got some hardware coming. I think it's going to help improve the quality of my videos, as well as Leg Arms, as he does videos. So they should be here Tuesday. It's a handheld, or not a handheld, it's like a grip basically that attaches to your phone. And then I've got a microphone, external microphone that's going to attach to it that's very directional. So when I'm doing this, it'll direct the microphone audio coming from me to you, and it won't pick up the background. And it's also going to have, what do they call that? Is it the dead cat? Whatever they call the fuzzy thing that's on top of the mic to stop that wind blowing on the side. As you guys, I noticed this phone picks that up really bad. So I'm going to have some improved quality here soon. That's going to be good too for future videos. I wish I would have done that a long time ago. I think you guys will appreciate that as well. We got Kentucky, Ireland. I saw Norway, Spain. Oh man, you guys are all over the place. Sorry for those that are overseas right now. It's day here, it's night where you're at. I'm sorry, that's how it works out. I went to church this morning, you know, rushed home, had to I thought I was charging my phone, it wasn't. I had it plugged in, but not quite all the way, and I go to look at it, and it didn't go percent. So I've got an external charger right now, this little light thing here, and it's pumping juice into my phone at the moment. So this will give me some time. So, but for all those that are new, if you would hit subscribe, just push me over. I don't care if you unsubscribe after we get 100,000. I just want to get to the 100,000, so then I can hit that barrier, you know, that mark. So that'd be cool if you guys could do that. Croatia, Indiana, oh man, Connecticut. Got a lot of Americans here. Hi from Australia, Ohio, South Africa, Virginia. Montana. I got a fellow Montanian in here. Georgia, New Hampshire, New York, Greece, Canada, Wisconsin. Awesome. Yeah, this is a big moment. A big moment for me. I know I never planned on this channel being this successful compared to, I guess if you go to, I think it's socialblade.com, you can see the statistics of my channel. And I think I'm ranked like 97,000th in the world of YouTube as far as subscriber count goes. So I'm really not like, it's not like that giant of a channel compared to, you know, the other, what, 97,000 channels out there that have more subscribers than me. But for a farm channel and for being something that I did not foresee coming, this is pretty amazing. So yeah, you guys are helping me get to a very unusual achievement. And not just me, my family. You know, my family's a big part of this too. My wife, my brother, Leg Arms, my dad, everybody. They're all part of this. And so I just am the guy behind the scenes, or well, actually I'm not behind, I'm always in front of the scene and behind the scene running this stuff. So that's pretty cool. But pretty excited for that. Get the 100,000, and then from then on I'll probably shut the channel down or sell it or something. You guys probably won't care about that. I actually had an offer from someone trying to buy my channel for me, and I just don't know how that would work. How would you buy a channel if it's like the channel's built on this, you know? It's built on this. And so if you bought the channel, what are you gonna do with it? You know, it's kind of funny. But good evening, UK. Well, Dell's good. I'll keep it going. Awesome. And I can't see the subscribers right now, guys. I have no idea what we're at. I think we're at 98,600 and something. That's the last I saw. So yeah, I would never sell this channel. Don't worry, guys. Not selling the channel. No, that'd be dumb. I wouldn't sell out. It's too much potential, too much opportunity, too much fun with you guys. So, can you play with equipment? We could probably start a thing or two. What should we start? I wish I could do a poll for you guys and list a couple of machines on there and see which ones you guys would want me to start up and fire and run. Basically right now, in this lineup here, we do have some Peterbilts. I've got some Ford 9000s. Down at the end there's an Apache. There's Big Brute. There's the Little Bud, the Series 1. Up this way in the sunlight, I've got the Series 2 525. And hooked to the air drill, actually. So if we did that, we'd have to wing it up and drive it around with an air drill. That'd be kind of crazy. I do have some older stuff. If you guys wanted me to mess with it, I could drive some batteries, some new gas. I could attempt to fire up that Minneapolis Moline that we have. It hasn't ran in probably a year and a half. It's got old gas in it. It needs cleaned up. I want to put it in a building. I'm trying to get these old machines of ours that have been sitting outside. I'm trying to get them inside. That way someday we can restore them. So, I see someone says drive the Brute. Do you guys want me to fire the Brute up? Big Brute. I see another Big Brute. Do it, do it. And oh, and by the way, guys, just so you know, I am going to do an equipment tour. I will do one. I'm waiting for a good day. Like today would be a perfect day. Leg Arms isn't here right now, but I'd like to get him, maybe my dad as well. We'll see. And then do an equipment tour where we'll literally walk around in good quality, not a live stream because I want it to be good quality. And I'll videotape going down the line of all the different machines that we have on this farm, whether they're just, I want to do machines that run or machines that would need less than a day to get running, I guess you could say. So I'll probably do that. First Brute, then older. Okay, we'll do the Brute first. You guys like the Brute. But I am going to do an equipment tour. There's been a lot of requests for that. It's coming. Don't worry. It will happen. It's just going to take a bit. So we'll get it done. I want to do it before the end of the year. I was hoping to do it before we got to 100,000 subscribers, but you know how things go. It's kind of hard sometimes. So, all right, let's see here. I believe you guys want that thing right there. Is that what you want? Is that it? The Dozer. The Dozer I could do too. I got to put some coolant in it. It has nothing in the radiator. The problem with the Dozer is the fuel pump. The injection pump has some rust in it, I believe. It needs cleaned, needs sent off, honestly, somewhere. It doesn't run very good right now. It's just the fuel pump, the injection pump. We tried to clean it a little bit ourselves, but that's why I parked it. It will run. It just needs basically water in the radiator. So, okay, Brute it is. All right, let's fire this thing up. It wouldn't hurt to run it anyways. We'll get her going here. It's just time and diesel, right? Oh, the Welker Farms logo's gone. I had to borrow that. You guys will see why in the 100K video. All right, I'm gonna let this thing warm up and build up some air. The key's right down here. Oh, what am I doing here? It's this button right here. Duh. So we'll let this warm up. This has got a Caterpillar. It's a 34. Not a 34. It's a. Oh man, I forgot what model Caterpillar is. 32. Oh something. I gotta look at it. I can't believe I forgot. Anyways, it's a cat. Got a cat engine in it. He runs really good. He just needs a couple of leaks on the engine fix. There's a leak right here. Slowly drips oil out. On the other side, there's a fuel leak. Hope we'll get in the winter, or get in the shop and take all that apart, fix it all up. But while it's building air up, it's got an air brake on it. We're gonna release it. Give her some revs. I will in a second. Okay, let's walk around this thing real quick. We built this thing this last winter. Started in January, finished it for the most part in about April. And it's a 100-foot self-propelled sprayer. It used to be a Titan, Case Titan. It was a 2001 Case Titan International. And we mounted a New Holland S1070 sprayer on the back of it. That's all this unit right here. And to do that, we had to custom fabricate all of this right here. This is off the Titan, this is off the New Holland. You can see we welded everything up. All these welds are ours. The pins, slag arms made to attach the frame. The frame's got 6 half-inch, actually I think that's 3/4 inch bolts there. And then this whole unit here is also welded to this frame, which was the original sprayer frame. That runs down the whole length of the truck frame, and that's bolted in numerous places. Right here's one. You see that spot? There's one right there. And then there's bolts on the front over here. So this whole unit's pretty well secure. I've hit some pretty big bumps with this thing, and I haven't seen any evidence of it shifting, cracking, tweaking, or anything yet. So I guess we did it right. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, let's see if let's check to see if it's got enough air. Looks like my tires are good. We built these rims in the front. We had to widen them and make them custom for those wheels because we had to go to a different wheel size. They actually slowly leak, very slow. I mean, like, they'll go flat over like 6 months. So that's one thing we got to do when we put her up. Let me pull this up. This is our temporary guard here to keep the hoses protected. See that zip tie came off. I'll have to zip tie it up again. That just keeps these hoses and stuff from wearing around that. So why do the tires leak air? It's because, I'll show you if you guys can hear me, this thing's kind of noisy. When we made these rims, we bought a set of rims and cut up the old rims with the hub and welded the new rims to it. Well, there's a bead of weld right here that goes all the way around. And then there's a bead of weld right here that goes all the way around. That's a spacer we had to put in. And then on the inside, I had to weld both those sides too. So there was a lot of welding. Same as this. Actually, no, this is only on this side. So somewhere in this weld, and we carefully welded it, is a pinhole somewhere. And it's slowly, slowly, slowly leaking air out of those tires. Oh, sorry guys, by the way, I got a donation from Mr. Clark from Canada, $5. Been here since you hit 50,000 and it just keeps growing. Awesome job, Nick. Thank you so much, Mr. Clark. I apologize for not getting you sooner. Really appreciate it. You guys are sweet. Okay, well, let's take it for a drive. I'll go up here real quick before we do that. This is our hydraulic tank right here. Has all our hydraulic fluid in it. This is a 1,650 gallon product tank. See in there? That's just a vent I got there, so when it fills up, because this thing, with a 3-inch pump, this fills up with product pretty quick. These are those Thomas LEDs, HP6s. They're really nice lights. Thomas sponsored us those lights. I appreciate it, Thomas. That's from Larson Lights. Those things are crazy bright. We've got 2 up here, those do the booms, and then we've got 4 in the front. Here's our product gauge, so we know how much product we have in the tank. What air horn does the Brute have? It's looks like a Klenn, K-L-E-N-N, or Klein, K-L-E-I-N-N. Anyways, it's got air pressure issues. I just don't have the right air to it, so it sounds funny when you honk. That's why it's got that obnoxious honk sound, but it's still fun. All right, let's go inside. This air seat leaks down, so we'll fill her up. There we go. Need some air on in here. All right, got 2 more donations. We got $2 from Matthias Holland. Do you know Jeff Todd out of Bozeman, Montana? Jeff Todd. I can't say I know a Jeff Todd, but I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. And then David Clausen gave $1. Thank you, David. That's awesome. All right, I need to raise the seat up a little more. There's all our filters and filter housings from the sprayer in here for winterizing it. Here's our horn. This strap was provided by a fan, and so I put it in here. It swings around a little bit, but doesn't hit me in the face, so that's good, but it's nice for grabbing. There's the horn. Okay. It's an Allison transmission, so it's got a shift pad here. So I'm just gonna hold the brake. You put it, actually, let me see, do we have enough air pressure? We do. Put her in high range, because we wanna go fast. Let's turn our GPS on. The drive. Okay, it's in 6 steer, or it's gonna go up to 6 at first. So I push the parking brake in just like a truck. Let her rip. I'll try to hold this camera steady for you guys. Looks like I've got my hydraulic pump on standby, so we don't need pressure right now because we're not winging it out. We're at 98,695 subs right now. Nice. Are you going spraying today? No, I'm not. I'm driving this guy for you guys. This is a fan drive right now. You guys are telling me what to do. How fast can Big Brute go? Big Brute can go just around 50 miles an hour. If it's got chemical in it, it's a little slower because the tires squat down. But with no chemical by itself, it'll do 50 miles an hour. It feels really fast in this thing. That's our Trimble 2050 monitor with our Trimble Easy Pilot steering wheel. As you can see, the leaves are falling off all of our trees here. We had a bunch of them on, but we've had a couple frosts and snows in the last couple weeks, and it's finally taken all the leaves off the cottonwoods. All right, I'll hold this over here so you guys can see kind of speed. Let me see if I can figure out a way to hold this steady. There we go. So I'm doing 20. Okay, I'm flooring it right now. There's 40. 45. There's 50. There you go. And it does do 50, the GPS confirms it, so it's not like that speedometer's off. These things are fast. I usually don't road it that fast though. I keep it around 40, 45, depending on it. I just don't like to run it wide open. This thing's also a really smooth ride too, with these big flotation tires, and it's got suspension as well. Go down, okay. Open field, sure. Fortunately, no one's on the road today, so there we go. Enable auto steering, why not? There we go. Okay, we got our GPS going now. There's a miles per hour, 15, 16. I'll take it for a spin around the corner and then we'll take it back. Going off the road into the ditch. No big deal for the Brute. So it also has high range and low range right here. That's a splitter in the rear end, and it'll basically take my gears, it'll knock them down a little bit, so my top speed becomes about 35 miles an hour. In 6, it still uses all the transmission gears. It's just in the rear end, the ratios are different. The difference is, if I want a little more torque in my low end gears, I can put it now. When I typically do spray in low range, but for just cruising around, high range works pretty good. Here's that horn again. Sounds just like the game, doesn't it? I think it's hilarious. Bit of a bump right there. Let's see, look at my monitor here. Let me zoom out. I was using this sprayer a couple weeks ago for, actually for the 100K video. You guys won't see it in it, but I needed the sprayer. I used the GPS, so. All right, once I get back, I'll catch up on you guys' comments here. And then we'll get back. I'm about to cross. I'll show you where we're going. We'll cruise across the field here in a second. There's a nice little ditch here I gotta drive across in this spot. It's actually a good thing on engines every now and then to run them. Maybe not run them, but run them every now and then. If you let them sit for a long time, you know, condensation can build up inside. Oil slowly drips down off the internals of the engine. So by running the engine every now and then, you're re-lubricating the engine. You're splashing oil all over the internals, in the gearboxes, and the transmission, and so it does help prevent corrosion or rust or other stuff that could be happening inside. But by starting the engine cold and running it, you are putting wear and tear on the engine. So it's kind of a trade-off. But every like 6 months or something like that, if you were to start a diesel engine, it's probably good for it if you're not running it very often. The Brute is 2-wheel drive. We're cruising to the field right now. Going a good 40 miles an hour. There's the farmyard. And a lot of guys ask on here constantly, where is the old Versatile? I have it right here. This is the Versatile right there. It's just been sitting there since we brought it over. We just haven't moved it yet. Haven't decided yet. We've had a couple people interested in possibly buying it. Haven't gotten there yet. That's my brother's old pickup. That's Leg Arm's old truck from a long time ago. He parted it out and built a different truck out of it, and then he ended up selling that and bought his pickup he has now. So 98,710 subscribers. Nice. I'm doubtful we'll get to 100K today. I'm kind of doubtful, but I figured why not try it? You know, if you're not gonna try, you never know what'll happen. So all right, let's go park this Brute. I'm gonna put her back where she was. Let's see, can I fit through there? I think I can. Nah, I'll go to the next one. Let's drive around. We'll drive around the Bud. Horn, please. Here it is. All right. Put it back in line. Feels like I just got out of this thing. I spent like 300 hours in it this summer. I do see something with the Apache here. Huh. Leaning kind of funny. I should fire that up and fix it. Okay, let's take her out of gear. Then pull the parking brake. Let's shut this thing down. Close. Yes, if people wonder why we have stuff outside, it's because we do not have enough storage for all of it inside. That building would normally have the sprayers inside of it, but it's full of wheat right now. We don't have enough bin storage either. That's something on our list of things to buy. Don't worry, it's gonna happen someday. You just can't buy everything in one day. But eventually here, we would like to upgrade and get a bigger building, a cold storage building, maybe even a gravel floor. It doesn't have to be concrete. Just something to shed these from the elements. And then, you know, obviously some more bin storage so we don't have to fill that thing with wheat every year, because that is plumb full of wheat. I can go take a look inside if you guys want, but yeah. Okay. Start the Apache, please. I don't think I took the batteries out of this. I was just looking at this, and it looks like one of the hydraulic cylinders in the back has sunk down. because it's pretty lopsided at the moment. Oh no, the whole sprayer's tipped right now. That's right. Okay. So these Apaches have hydraulic suspension, and I think it's very similar to other self-propelleds. And right now, for whatever reason, the hydraulic suspension has sunk down on the side, so the whole unit is just tipped. Once I fire it up, it'll build up pressure and it'll actually auto level itself out and rest upright. But I haven't seen that do that. So, and Tom just gave $5, €5, I believe. I love your videos. Keep up the amazing work. Also, have you ever driven a Massey Ferguson? I think I have actually once. It was a real old Massey Ferguson, real old one. All right, well, let's climb up. This is a 2010, I believe, yeah, 2010 Apache AS1010. The next year they went to the new style body. All right, let's fire this one up. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, this actually might not start. The priming pump on the side of the engine block's leaking, and it leaks all the fuel back. I'll try it a little bit more. We'll see if it starts, but that's one problem we got to fix. We got to get it because it needs a check valve in the system, and the fuel goes back to the tank, so it takes a lot of cranking to get it started. So let's try it again. Oh, there we go. Now this thing should try to level itself out. Let's climb out and see if it does. Eventually here the computer, or however it works, is going to determine that it's tips. Oh, it's doing it right now. Is it? Yeah, kind of is. Eventually it'll go, oh, I'm leaning sideways, and it'll prop it upright. Eventually. Leg arm's got this thing stuck last time he used it. You can see all the mud on here. I had to pull him out with the 5 1/4 bud. There are holes in the roof to fill out storage. Okay, yeah, to fill this building, no, we don't have holes in the top. We actually just take our, you can't see right now, it's back here, our 82-foot 13-inch auger. We just put it in the door like this and just lift it up all the way up to the ceiling as high as we can get it, and then just slowly pull it out as we're filling the bin, or the building, and that keeps a big mound across the whole thing. This has a 6.7 liter Cummins in it, 24 valve. Same basic engine that's in your Dodge Cummins pickup. Only difference is it's an industrial version of the engine, so it might have a different turbo on it. It's not a lot of horsepower. I think it's only like 200, maybe. I don't know. It might be 250. I don't think it says on here. But it scoots this Apache around pretty nicely. It's a good engine. It's a good match for it. That Cummins is hard to beat. And the transmission isn't an Allison, it's something else. I forget what it's called, but yeah. We will be doing an equipment tour. I'm not doing it today because this is a live stream and some of our equipment is parked where there's no cell service. So I plan on doing an equipment tour eventually someday, soon, hopefully, and it'll be a lot better done, and it won't be just me. I'm gonna have probably my dad or my brother with me too. So this is actually, where is it made? Is it Tennessee? It's somewhere in the States. I should know where Apache builds these things, but all right, let's get inside. Okay, so I'm gonna turn some air on in this one too. We have our parking brake right here, and basically all my shifting takes place and controls in this lever right here. If I press this forward, it throttles up. If I pull it back, it throttles down. So that's your gas pedal basically. If I shift to the left, shifts down, to the right, shifts up. The first thing we do is take out the parking brake. Then there's got these two little buttons up here. I'm gonna hold, they are built in Indiana. Okay, thanks you Alberta farmer, I appreciate it. So if I hold this little top button right here, it'll engage the transmission. Puts it in right now. You can't even see the monitor, the sun's shining on it. It's in 4th gear. Let's raise the seat up a little bit. Where's my button at? There we go, a little bit more. So when you drive this thing, you drive the entire thing one-handed basically. It's just with your this joystick right here. So if I want to shift to another gear, tap to the right, transmission shifts. And this sprayer will do about 37 miles an hour top speed. For a self-propelled sprayer, it's actually one of the fastest out there. It's a mechanically driven, so it's not a hydrostatic drive. It's got an axle in the back with a transmission. It's two-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. Sanders Farms, welcome. Jake Holland, Apache has a joystick, just like a toy. Yep, it does. I subbed, great videos. Thanks, Chase Long. Let's see here. You should make a Big Bud combine. Everybody says that. That would be so much work. I don't think we'll ever do that. Not to bash your idea. That's a great idea, but combines are very complex machines. It would take us years to build a combine. And it's just the amount of time and effort it would take and money, we're better off buying them already made. That's one thing that we would never make. The thing is, you know, we don't build stuff from scratch. We take units that are already out there, like Big Buzz, and just repower them, or a Case Titan and make it into a sprayer. I mean, to actually fabricate something from the ground up would just be, that'd be a lot of work. So I'm only going, letting my monitor warm up here. The sun was shining on it, so it's 6 miles an hour. Driving her one-handed here. And this sprayer ride's pretty smooth. It's not bad. That front axle articulates, and then the rear axle, or the whole sprayer frame itself is on hydraulic suspension in the back. All right, we got $5 from 603 Ripper. Hey, love the Big Bud. Currently playing Welcome Farms on Farm Sim. Thank you, 603 Ripper. Appreciate it. You're awesome. Have you ever been to Idaho? I sure have. I've been to Idaho a few times. A lot of gopher holes here. See those? Badger mounds. I hate those things. Little critters. They're hibernating this time of the year, but they're still annoying. Just cruising down the field. I feel like the seat is slid really far forward. How do I adjust that? There we go, that's better. Okay. I've got this selfie stick in my hand right now, so I'm kind of holding it back. If you guys want to see how close my face is to this thing. There. See? That's how I'm giving you guys that view. Alright, let's see here. I saw Monty. Will do. I see Nick is running the Apache today. I sure am. I'm just doing it for fun though. This is just a fun drive around. This is kind of a pre-celebration for 100,000 subscribers for the fans out there. Alright, let's climb this county road here. I'm going to shift down by pulling the lever over. That'll gear it down. We'll just crawl up on the road here. My axles articulate. The front. Alright, let's cruise down the road now. We got the engine warmed up. I just let things kind of warm up a little bit before I lay into it. Alright. Keep shifting her over. Alright, now we're in 6th gear. Full throttle. We just put new tires in the back of this thing this year. It says we're going 32 miles an hour right now. It's at 2,550 RPM, so it does. This engine does redline fairly high. 36 miles an hour. It's got a torque converter in the transmission that doesn't fully lock up, so it takes a little bit of time for it to finally catch up to speed. I've got it over 40 before going downhill, but realistically, you might be able to get 35, 36 with a full load. So that's 36. That's basically top speed right now. The handle's really easy. See, I'm hardly even steering it. You got to keep your eyes obviously ahead because it can go off the road quick, but pull throttle back a little bit, coast down. Yeah, that's a good idea, Matt Tunes. Dumping water down gopher holes definitely helps get rid of them. I've done that in the past. It's great. Which machine is my favorite on the farm? It's a toss-up. I really like the Brute just because we put so much work and time into that thing, and it's so unique. I also just love our Buds too, but I love each one in their own way. They're all very unique tractors, and they all have their different pros and cons. But I guess I'd probably say Big Brute just because, you know, that's our creation. So, greetings from Sweden. Hope you have a good day. Can you do a restoration time lapse? Maybe someday again. That's a lot of work that goes into those. We'll see if we do or not. What is the sub count? I don't know yet. I can't see. You guys can see it. I can't. I'd have to close the app and pull up a different app to see it, and if it does, it kills the live stream, so I can't check the subscribers. 98,750. Okay, we're getting close to that 99,000. I don't know if we're gonna make it today, but we'll just do this live streaming business. 98,753. Nice, thank you. It's pretty exciting. Whoa. Derek Grendy just gave 200 bucks. Wow. Guys, Derek, I'm sorry. That's very generous of you. Wow, I don't know what to say. That's a lot of money. Thank you. I don't expect that. You guys don't have to give me money. But I am very thankful for that. I mean, that's awesome. I guess that made doing this live stream well worth it today. All you guys, that's awesome. Oh yeah, honk the horn for that one. There we go. Thank you, Derek. I really appreciate it. Let me know if there's something you want me to do for a contribution like that, a donation like that. That should require some kind of compensation. Like, let me know, and I'll hopefully catch it. You guys might have to if he says anything, because the chat moves really fast on here. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Derek Rose, keep up the videos up, Derek. Well, thank you, Derek. You're a very generous person. I'll keep the videos up. That's awesome. You guys are sweet. I'll donate if I win the mega. Yeah, you better donate if you win the mega. Except for the government's gonna take half of that. So what is it, 1.6 billion? So you're only gonna get like, oh, I don't know, $800 million. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, Derek, thank you so much. Thank you guys also for all the donations you've done. We're not done yet. Don't worry. I'm parking the Apache right now. I went to my face so I could actually talk to Derek there, not just show you guys the front view. Basically, I'm back in the yard here, just parking the Apache. Is that the wide angle? There we go. There's the wide angle lens. This new phone, they reduced the wide angle degrees. For my old phone was 123 degrees. This one's down to 107. I'm a little disappointed about that. But it's not bad. It's just, I kind of like the wider. The reason they did it, because it gets rid of the distortion, or it helps with it. All right, so basically I just take her out of gear. I press the bottom button. If I hold that one, it'll put it in reverse. As you can see, let off, comes out of reverse. When I hit the parking brake here, the ladder folds down. See? And then I idled it in pretty slow, so it's already ready to shut off. So I'll just turn her off. I always pull the key out and put it back in. That way you know for sure you put it in the off position and you didn't put it in like the accessory or partially on position. This is one downside with this type of sprayer, this model of Apache, is this door hits the boom here, and you can see, actually they've got a pad here for that. But the other problem is this ladder, if you're not careful and you turn the parking brake off, this ladder can swing up and it nails the door right here. And I'm surprised this window hasn't broke, honestly. There's been a couple times it's hit it pretty hard. That was redesigned in the new Apaches. That's definitely something they improved. We just happen to have their older model, so the new ones don't do that. So, but yeah, it's one downside. Okay, what's up next? I'll let Derek decide. Hey, Derek, what do you want me to drive, buddy? I'll be watching. Let me know. Put in the description somewhere. Write in a comment, Derek, what you want me to drive next. Your choice. If it runs, hopefully. If it runs. Drew says Big Bud Series 3. Big Bud. I'm waiting for Derek. You there, Derek? Any second now. Derek. I'm looking. No Derek yet. If he's still in the house, I can't tell if he's still with us. Big Bud Series 3. Okay, we got to go to it. All right. We'll do the Big Bud Series 3. I got to drive over to it, though. I got to take the Fummins to get there. It's we used it recently. You guys will see why. I'll show you in a second why it's where it is right now. But we're going to go to it. Derek said so. We're going. 5 hours later. Yeah, I know. There actually is something else on this farm right now. I'd love to drive it for you guys. Problem is, it's in the new video, so I can't show it to you yet because that'd give it away. That's why I'm keeping it on the front-facing camera right now, so you guys don't see it. It's not ours, actually. It's a loaner. Someone loaned it to us, but it's so we can make the video. You guys are gonna like it. It's pretty fun. So, got another donation here. $2. Let's see, James Leedsma. Hello, all homeless Santa Carla, California. California, nice. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Got 1,251 of you guys. That's a lot. Okay, here's the Fummins. We are gonna drive this bad boy over there. Still haven't made a video on this thing yet. I need to do that. Make sure I'm out of gear here. There we go. Okay. This thing doesn't have power or anything. When we built this truck, the reason we bought it the way it was is because it was in pieces, and we converted it to manual windows, manual everything. Just less to worry about, and it drives really nice like that. And one of my friends was the last person to drive this thing because the seat's all the way back. It's really tall. Okay. All right, let's take off here. I wish I had 10 of these engines. This 5.9 Cummins 12 valve that's in this thing is an absolute beast. And if I had 5 more or 10 of these engines, I'd be putting them in everything. It'd be expensive, but I'd love to have this engine in about every machine we have that's this size. Except for winter time, this thing's a little bit of a cold starter in the winter, but that's just because it's a diesel and it doesn't have the injector pressure that the new diesels have. Those ones can start when it's real cold because they can vaporize the diesel fuel. This is a 5-speed manual. No, it's a 6-speed actually. It's got a low range in it. Nick, do you have Snapchat? I did. I got rid of it. It was just too many things, I guess. You know, I do. Okay, guys. So I've got, and I'm not complaining. Believe me, I'm not. It's just a lot to keep tabs on. You know, there's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which I really don't do that much on Twitter. I have it just because you might as well. I don't have Snapchat. Then there's of course YouTube. That's the big one. Then there's email, and then I do have a Discord server that's fairly new, thanks to AJ. AJ's in here somewhere, and I don't think it's quite fully public yet, but I do have a Discord server. AJ can talk about that if you guys want. But eventually it might be. Well, it's hard to say. But with all that said, there's just a lot, and I feel like if I have too many things, I start neglecting the others, and so because you can get messages, you can get comments, you can get likes, you can get everything on every one of those platforms, and so I like to be connected to you guys. I like to respond to what you guys say. I like to like your comments. I like to message back, and when I get so many, I can't keep up. So that's why. But I don't have Snapchat. 98,780 subs. We are gaining fast. Nice. All right, that's great. Okay. Let's see here. There's our welcome lake. It's getting smaller. I don't know if I've ever gone by that up close. Let's go by there real quick. Don't worry, Derek. I'm making my way to the Series 3. We're getting there. I'm just gonna take a slight detour. Let's go to see wide angle lens. Come on. There we go. This is actually winter wheat right here. I might stop and dig down and see if we can find some winter wheat in it. Yeah, we'll check right over here. This actually is a field that I'm driving on. It's underwater because of the amount of snow we had last year and rainfall in June. It filled this entire thing up with water. There's about 30, 40 acres here, maybe more, maybe 60 actually. It's got ducks in it, geese, all kinds of stuff. This is our last land that we seeded winter wheat on this a couple weeks ago, and I can see it's actually coming up. There's one right there. Let me switch cameras. You guys can see better with this one. That's what I love about this phone is it's got these different cameras on it. Got to cycle through. There we go. Okay. See how much better the quality is in that one? There they are. Those are our little winter wheat plants growing right now. There's a seed right there. See? This is actually pretty shallow but that's fine. It's gonna grow. That'll make it through the winter. By the time snow comes, it's gonna be probably this tall, maybe a little more. The top will kill over, or some of it will in the winter. It'll be covered in snow, and then when summer comes, it's gonna start growing again, or spring, and then it'll be one of the first crops that we harvest, typically. But all that side over there has been seeded to winter wheat. This side we did a little bit. All right, Derek, let's go to that tractor. Oh yeah, by the way, this thing's awesome. I don't know if I told you guys how awesome this pickup is, but it's a pleasure to drive every time. We just got to figure out what to do right here. It needs like a toolbox or something right there. It's just kind of, you see the frame down there and the fuel line, and I don't like that much. All right. Yep, sitting on my charging cord here. Let's roll. A little bumpy here. Isn't that a big chunk of water? It's been slowly receding. It's gone down probably 4 feet. So, but we're gonna have a big sheet of ice there this winter. I plan on playing on it. It's kind of fun. All right. Where are we headed now? This is at, okay, so this yard that we're in right now that we're going to is what we call the Quonset. The reason it's called the Quonset is because the first building that I know of that was really built here was that shed over here that we put our combines in, and that's called a Quonset. That's the name of that type of building. So we just called this the Quonset ever since. It's where all of our grain storage is, as well as a lot of old machinery. And actually the Series 3 Big Bud is right here for a very good reason. I'm gonna have to unhook this thing, so you guys will have to be with me as I do that. We'll see if I can get her unhooked. This is an old air drill that we bought a number of years back. There was that 4350 air cart that we have on one of our seeders was attached to this old drill. Someone had bought a new cart and put it on this old drill. This old drill, or tool they call it, it's wore out. I mean, it's just absolutely thrashed. It's wore out. It has hundreds of thousands of acres. You can see all the weld cracks. It's got the narrow press wheels on it. It's just not a... We ran it for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then we bought a different air drill and hooked that cart to it, and then sold the cart that we had, the old cart. But with that said, we use this thing for parts. You can see we've taken the wheels off. There's a whole gang missing here. We take shanks off it. As we need parts, we steal it from this thing, because the frame, everything here is basically the exact same as our other ones. Our other ones are just in a lot better condition. So if for some reason we tweak something, we bend something, we have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of parts right here. So leg arms, because this was parked where those bins are gonna go, leg arms moved this baby over here. We gotta get this tractor started so it warms up. I gotta figure out how to unhook this thing. I see I got a jack right here, but it is bent and broke. I should have brought a different jack. I don't think I have one over here. Yeah, and this baby's pretty heavy. I don't think I can get that pin out. I might be able to hammer the pin out and just let it fall down, and we'll just deal with it later. But Derek wanted to drive this thing, so I'm gonna do what Derek wants, because Derek was very generous. Here's our kill switch. Put that on. Am I a church goer? Yes, I am. Look how tight that is. I went to church this morning, actually. Isn't that funny looking? The wide angle lens kind of makes that look more ridiculous too. That looks pretty cool how close the tires are like that. Yeah, that's turned 100%. We're gonna fix this tractor up this winter. Take it in the shop. It's gonna get a paint job. It's gonna get a cab makeover. It's gonna get some hydraulic work done to it. It's gonna be a lot better of a machine. All right, I'm gonna have to see if I can hold this phone steady for a second. Sorry guys when you see the sky for me. The ignition key on this thing's got problems. There we go. Okay, well, while this is warming up, this is definitely one tractor I want to warm up. It's got a big engine in it. That's a 19-liter Cummins engine, and that much mass inside that engine needs to warm up. There's some big pistons in there. You gotta let the pistons the heat between the pistons, the piston rings, and the cylinder walls even out, and that way you won't cause damage to your engine before you rev it. That is, you gotta let it warm up. I'm gonna try just shifting this thing around, see if I can use the steering to jockey it. I might be able to get that pin to the point where I can pull it out. I think I have a hammer in here. That's not a hammer, but I could pretend it is. Do I have anything in that? No, I don't. All right, well, let me just watch this thing as I do this. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw neutral. Let's I'm gonna beat on that pin, see if I can get it to come out. This was actually one machine I wasn't planning on running today, but that's okay. Oh man, I don't have a good hammer. Come on, buddy. We're getting there. I need something else. Yeah, because that's all ripped off. That's messed up. Unless, no, that's not gonna work either. Let me try jerking around a little bit. We'll see. It looks like if I go backwards, I can get a little bit of tension off that. I think I do know where a hammer is, but I have to go drive over to go get it. Put the parking brake in. Let's put this in reverse real quick. There we go. My dad just showed up. I think he's got a jack. Oh, man to the rescue. Nope, I just got it. Just about. Pops is saving the day. There we go. Thank you. All right, we're unhooked. So real quick, this is the Series 3. The last series they made was a Series 4. This is a Series 3. It's a 525/50. They made a lot of these. This is one of their most produced tractors on the farm. Or on the farm, from Big Bud. Okay, my seat needs some air. I'm letting the air build up in the seat real quick, guys. 1 second. That's one thing I'm going to do too, is I'm going to build a stand for the seat so it and get a different seat. 98,900 subs, nice. Is this seat not working? Maybe it doesn't, I don't know. Let's turn the fan on at least. Get some airflow in here, it's kind of hot. Okay, put her back in drive. This is our transmission shifter here. First gear, second gear. We're in the low range right now. Here's our throttle. So, this has got a high range and a low range. I'm just gonna stand up. There we go. This tractor weighs around 50,000 pounds, 53,000 pounds. It's tuned somewhere around 600 horsepower. What kind of phone do I have? It's LG V35. Let's see here. Let's go to another gear. It's got 4 gears in low. Oh no, sorry, 6 gears in low, 3 in high. If it's lagging a little bit, I'm sorry guys. I need to play with this app a little more and optimize and find what is the best settings for quality. Yeah, live streaming takes a lot of bandwidth, and so with a mobile phone, so you just have to have good signal, which I do have good signal right now. We're running about 1600 RPM right now. We're only going probably 5-6 miles an hour. Let's do another one here. Espen, Espen Solheim just gave 109 Norwegian currency, Norwegian dollars. Thank you, man. Thank you for the donation. That's awesome. Why do you call him Leg Arms? We call Scott Leg Arms because he has big arms. He's a muscular guy. And a while back during a live stream, kind of like this one, someone called him Leg Arms. And so the name stuck, and we just called him Leg Arms ever since. My name is Hollywood, if you guys don't know, because I make videos. There's the hopper bottoms. That's where we're putting them. There's our service truck. That's where that hammer would have been, is right in that thing. That's our 844 loader. That's our international dump truck. And there's our Meridian hoppers. Those are all new. Let's go to 6th gear. I love the turbo on this thing. This thing's got a really nice sounding turbo. It screams. We put a brand new turbo on this a couple years ago, like I think 2 years ago. And so ever since then, it really woke this tractor up. It scoots. This thing's got some power. So now if I want to go to the high range, throttle it back. We go all the way back to lowest gear, which is low right there. Now I got to do a trick here. This just helps. There we go. Okay, now we're in high range. High 1, 2, 3. Let's get some roll coal here. You guys ready for this? Now we're not shifting to the next gear. What's going on here? Let's see. Let's go neutral real quick. Let's do a start first. There we go. Try it. Try first. Oh, it's in low. Why am I in low again? For some reason it went back to low. Let me go back to high. Sorry guys, hang on a second here. Must not have had it all the way over. There we go. Okay, now she's in there. There's second. There's third. And we are doing about probably 15 miles an hour right now in the field. This thing will do about 21, 22 miles an hour full throttle. It's one beast of a tractor, that's for sure. Feels a little bumpy. I'm actually just parked this over by this other equipment. Put her over here real quick. We might use this over here again, we'll see. Alright guys, let me drive over here. I'm just gonna park the bud over here in this area. And then we can go back to the Fummins. And there we go. Straighten her out. Gotta have everything square. Gotta square everything up. There we go. Press the brakes, got air brakes. I'll let her idle a little bit here and I'll shut it off. Okay, let's see here, what do we got? Nick, could you drive the old John Deere tractor? Let's put the air brake on. We could probably do one of them. Show us the scrap metal. I could do that. I'm gonna walk over there. The adapter that leg arms made is working awesome. That thing's working great. Roll coal. I'll do one more for you. Isn't that awesome? All right, one more. That's a lot of unburnt diesel right there. Can you mud the Fummins? We don't have any mud. Nick, explain the hopper bottoms. Do you put grain in them? Yes, we do. I'll go over that. I can walk over there in a second. I should do. Whoever donated last gets to pick what I get to do next. Let's give this thing a second here. I'm gonna let it cool down. I didn't run it that hard. It's barely ran, but I just want to let some oil circulate through this bad boy. There we go. That's good. Okay. All right, let's get out of this thing. This thing's hot. So yeah, this tractor's gonna get a makeover here in this winter, and it'll look. It should, if we do it as we like, it should look practically brand new. No guarantees, but we'll do our best to make it look good. Got the battery cut off. There we go. Okay. You and Millennial should link up sometime. You know, I never know what might happen. He's a busy guy right now. I know they're harvesting corn. You know, we're done with harvest, so we don't have to deal with that, but who knows what'll happen. It's funny how things go. There's a lot that I couldn't expect to have happened, and it has happened with this channel. And there's things coming that I know about that you guys don't know about that is pretty cool. So, never know. It's hard to say. He's a good guy though. Seems like he's got a pretty sweet operation. They got some nice equipment. Yeah, his channel's just exploding. It's awesome. So I'm trying to get that 100,000 barrier. You know, that's my goal, right? Get there, and then 1 million. So I got a funny cough too, so I'm taking cough drops. All right, okay guys. Monty wanted the hopper bins. I'm gonna go to those in a second, Monty. They're right there. But since I'm close to these, here's some of our graveyard. Right here is a really old, very stripped down. We didn't do this. I don't know. We found it on our farm from a property we bought. We brought it over here because it's iron. Very old John Deere combine. It's been stripped down big time, as you can see. I have no idea. I forget what model this is. You can see it says John Deere right there. John Deere. So that would have been that's a cabless one. It would have been pretty old. Back over here, this is a 7700 John Deere that we bought to fix up this one. We bought this one pretty cheap, pulled the auger off it because the auger on this one was bent, put it on, extended the auger actually to make it longer to reach the trucks. This is my very first combine I ever harvested in. It was a good combine. It really was. It had 4,400 hours on it, I believe, 4,500 hours. Wasn't wore out, but it was definitely getting there. And you know, I know a lot of people hate it that we gutted it, but it just isn't a lot of use to have a machine this big just sitting there not running on the farm. So we pulled the engine out of that, and we used that engine in that 4520 John Deere of ours. And then I pulled the engine out of that with leg arms, and we put it in the old TD18 dozer here. And this does run. That's what I was telling you guys earlier in the stream, if you guys are watching. It needs some injector work done to it. Not injector. The injection pump, for some reason, I think it's just got rust in it. I think it's just old pump from when it sat in that combine for years and years. So we gotta take that, but this isn't gonna run because I gotta get a battery for it and stuff. But I will have that in a video, you guys, in the future. But yeah, here's this old. None of these are gonna start, by the way, guys. Just so you know. But I have been robbing parts off these, like that Mutant mower. I took some of the pulleys off this for that. Here's Leg Arms' toy back in the day. It's an old dune buggy he made. It's a Volkswagen Beetle. He built the frame out of oil filled pipe, and it used to have an old Volkswagen opposed cylinder, four-cylinder opposed, or a boxer engine. That's what they call it, a boxer engine on the back. And it just always had problems. I don't know if that's normal with those engines, but it just never ran right. And he ran it for a while, and I think he finally just kind of forgot about it and left it. So it's it was kind of fun to run, being all open wheel like that. This is an old combine of some kind. It's yellow. I don't know the manufacturer of it. If it's a Massey. This is iron that it's a Harris. There's a Harris right there. I think that is a Harris. There's a Massey Ferguson or Massey. Oh, it's a Super 27. Okay. These things were already like this. They were already beat up in a pile out in our farm. We just hauled them here because we didn't want people to steal scrap when If you guys didn't know, when scrap iron prices got really high back in like 2008, when it was before all the crash happened, China was exploding. China was buying all of our scrap metal. Scrap thieves were driving around our farm and they were stealing cars, stealing old tractors, anything they could find, and they were hauling off to scrap yards and selling them. We lost 1 or 2 cars because of that. Well, we said the heck with that. So my brother and I went and we loaded up just scrap we had sitting in fields, sitting in rock piles all over the place, and we put it in one giant pile here so that someday we can sell the scrap and make money on it, not some thief, okay? So that's why. And these things were well beyond restoration. These are all, this is scrap iron right here. I mean, there's old pipes. That's an old derby car that we made. It didn't last very long. The derby leg arms drove that baby. It was a sweet car. We had an awesome checkered paint job on it. Put a lot of time into it. The brakes locked up on one wheel, and he couldn't hardly go anywhere, and he got destroyed. It was too bad. These are some old cars that my great-grandparents drove. If they were at our homestead, they were actually upside down like that over there. We just put them here. That's an old farm pickup we used to have. This is a car that we had bought to fix up another car. It was a Chrysler Volare is what it was called. we destroyed it. We put it through our parade during high school, and it was kind of a motto. We named it the Badgers because the team we were playing were the Badgers, and we had a big coyote because we were the Shelby Coyotes on top of it, and I pulled it with a trailer. It was kind of fun. So this is a dune buggy right here that we built together. Our leg arms and I built. It was that old Dodge farm pickup we had. We spent a summer making this thing. Just had a Chrysler 318 in it, I believe. We gutted it. It was just a frame, axle, and a roll cage, and a seat. It was awesome. The thing had dual stacks on it. It barked. It was just a fun dune buggy. And then some sort of friends of ours took it out, and they tried to jump a county road. We didn't know they were doing it, and they destroyed it, wrecked it. And fortunately, they were okay, but the engine went through the radiator, and it was done. Twisted the frame on it. That's what happens when you let people drive your stuff. So there's a couple of old vehicles there. That's an old Bonanza, I believe. And then there's a Volare over there. That's that car I was telling you about, that Volare. That truck up there is a neighbor's truck. We just put it here for time being so no one would steal it. But we did take the transmission out of it and we used it. This is from a Volvo that we bought. It was used for the engine. The engine that was in this truck is in our Series 1 Big Bud. That's an N14. So that was in there. Here's some more old Frickstead plows. This is a 40-some foot, I believe. This has done a lot of acres. My grandpa, my dad put a lot of time on these things. I'm sure you could find weld marks all over on here where they've rebuilt these things, like right there. We used to play on these as kids. We'd run across them and play tag. It's like that broke apart there, cracks there, they plated that. You know, these Frickstads were ahead of their time, but they were still engineering. The guy that designed these Frickstads actually designed that 5000 series flex coil there too, I believe. Frickstad eventually became Flexicoil. And then we have another one of these right here. That one's got chisel plows on it, and that one actually we still use. That's a good Frickstad plow. We took, actually we put them back on. Oh, the rear, I think that gang right there broke off. I don't know. Anyways, that one's actually in better condition, but we have a better Flexicoil we use. That's an old drag harrow right here. That's an old trailer that my grandpa used to use. They had some property that was a number of miles from the farm, and they used this wagon trailer here basically to put equipment on top and haul it from one place to the other. I've never seen it used. It's just like an old truck frame with a wood deck built on it. It's always been there my entire life. There's some old John Deere drills over there. There's a harrow right here. And then this, guys, you're probably gonna like. Here's our, this is an International WK. I believe it's a WK 40. I don't know if this thing would run or not. I think it's gonna need some serious work. This was, I wish I could go back in time. This was before my time, and have covered all this up. Maybe they did cover it up at one time, to stop water from getting in the engine. But obviously, as you can see, there's nothing covering the exhaust, and that exhaust manifold is destroyed. You know, I should probably drain the oil pan, make sure there's no water in there, just so that the oil pan's probably okay. But I mean, this exhaust manifold is toast. You'd have to buy a new exhaust manifold, a new intake. That carburetor's probably no good. The block might be okay. The radiator on this thing might be able to be fixed up. It's got the old crank in the front. Isn't that awesome? I don't know. I've never seen this tractor run. As long as I remember, this tractor sat here. And she's a beaut. It's got a custom-made cab on it. That's not, I don't think that ever came stock with them. That was something they put on. They filled the rims full of concrete, as you can see, to weigh these babies down, because these tractors didn't have much weight to them. So this probably ran a lot of acres back in the day. This is a Minneapolis Moline G, I believe, or it says GB right there. Minneapolis Moline GB. This tractor does run. The carburetor's off of it. We use it to put on the other one. It wouldn't take a lot of work to get this one running again. It needs some pieces though, but that one's actually a fixable up tractor. That one could be ran again. That's a good one. How much was a Series 3 Big Bud new? Well, we didn't buy it new, but I bet you that tractor, I want to say they were like 150,000 new. They were pretty expensive in their time. I don't know for sure what they were, but somewhere in some article it says. These are some old aeration tubes that we don't use anymore. That's a bin that fell over, which is right here. Part of that baby. We moved it. We just didn't put a very good base on it. We filled it full of grain. It sat there for a couple weeks. It rained real hard. The ground got soft underneath it and it collapsed. That was a bummer. It was only like an 1,100 bushel bin maybe, or 1,000 bushels, so it wasn't huge, but it was a stupid mistake on our part. We should have made a better base for it. It had a platform for it to skid on, so it wasn't like it was a normal. This we bought called the Rock. We took the engine out of this, put it in a pickup of ours. It's an old Blazer, and it's pretty thrashed. Yeah, it's seen better days. So that's that. Let's go over here real quick. That's more iron. There's an Oldsmobile right there. Old bed frame. Sorry, I'm not reading your guys' comments right now. I'm just kind of rips. I just see here. Rest in peace. Please drift the Cummins, Nick. We got a donation here. Marthius Hullen, 15 bucks. Any chance of ever having a daily farm video logs, or would that be too much? You know, I think that would be too much. I think it would be cool because it'd be a lot of content for you guys. I also kind of feel like it would burn you guys out too. I think 1 to 2 a week is probably pretty good. That's what I'm shooting for, 1 to 2 videos a week. That's more, if you look at my history of posting videos, I used to do like one every 6 months. So this is like a lot for me now, but I've kind of got it down now where I can throw a bunch of video together, me working and doing stuff pretty simple. In about 2 hours, I can edit it, have it up on YouTube. So that's not a lot of time on my part, but I figure 1 to 2 a week is probably sufficient for you guys. That gives you a good update what's going on here, what we're up to, because to do a video a day, there's a lot of days where there's just not any content to really have a video on. But I do understand that is a good point. So we'll see how it goes. This is my channel, right? It does what I want it to do, so maybe I'll try it. But for right now, I'm gonna do probably 1 to 2 a week. So let's see here. All right, that's an old dryer. Looks like an M&W. I do remember this thing running when I was a kid. We used to have an 8430, and it was hooked here. It runs a big fan. You had a big propane tank. It only did about 400 bushels an hour, so it couldn't keep up with the combines. An old grain dryer. The bottom of it's kind of rusted out. It could be fixed up, but it's just not worth our time to do it. So we don't use it. I don't know. I thought maybe turn it into a fun playhouse someday for kids. Gut the inside out, make rooms in there. That'd be pretty fun. Hey, Gregory Miller's back at the house. Continue making Welcome Farms great. Thank you, Gregor. I appreciate it, Gregor. Gregor's been a big donator. I should look up, see how much you've donated, man. You've given a lot to me. I appreciate it. You're awesome. This is an old Ford. It used to be an old for the Marias River electric truck. It was our co-op, our electric co-op in the area, and my grandpa bought it, I believe. It's got a 460 in it, I think. And we put the spray bed on. This used to be our spray pickup for a lot of years. This did a lot of our spraying on the farm. It does run still. It's pretty thrashed. It's all the ball joints, all the bushings, everything in it. The shocks. I mean, it's war. It's really war. I don't think it even has a seat in it. But how many miles are on it? Let's see here. It looks like 157,000 miles. Yeah. Its body's in good shape though, really. This end here is all in good shape. I mean, if someone wanted to restore that someday, you could build it up, find a different bed for it. It'd be a nice truck. It actually does run. The engine's weak. The engine is very weak. It's seen better days. This is an old Cedar before my time. Here's an old baler that I used to use when we had horses back in the day. Old International baler. It's the tying mechanism's all wore out in it, so it quit working and we don't bale anymore, and so it's got parked here. This is an old Ford F-150 that leg arms traded a car for. Someone, he did kind of one of those trade ups, and he had an old junky car he got for free, I believe, and someone said, hey, I'll trade you this pickup for that car. So we're like, sure. Well, it ran great. This pickup runs. The problem is the mice got in and they chewed the wiring harness. Little punks. So now it doesn't run because the wiring harness is chewed. So we just have so much on our plate. This just isn't something that we've put as a priority of fixing up. But it does run. It's an old Beater 150. You know, you can see it was a kid that liked Monster energy drinks who had that before us. Probably a high school truck. This is an old International. What is it? The R110 series. I don't know. Oh, the hood's in the back. I've never seen this truck run. It's kind of an interesting International. I'd love to maybe someday. It'd be kind of a cool to turn into something. I always say I love that, but it used to be parked over at the farmyard way over there for years. We brought it over here. It's a nice truck. It's in pretty good shape. The body's not bad. The hood, I think, has got a little bit of damage. There's some dents there, but it could be fixed up. And this is a Dodge we bought really cheap in a salvage yard, basically. It just needed I don't know if it just needed some carburetor work. It was just something really simple, and it got running. It runs. And we used it as a service pickup for a little bit. It's a good shape Dodge. I mean, really, the body on this one's in pretty excellent shape. We just don't need it. We haven't ran it. It's not worth much. The title, doesn't even have a title. That's it never went on. We never took it on public roads. It was just on the farm. But the bed on it, this bed's pretty beat up, but it does run. Here's some rippers used for breaking sod. And back here is our boat that we made when we were in high school. And just out of high school, I had a 120 horse V4 Evinrude on it. And it would stand this thing on end. It's an old bass boat. What's it called? It says right there. I can't even read it. We painted it black and purple and built the tower on it. We wakeboarded a lot behind that thing. But yeah, we got a better boat, so this thing got parked here. Our plan is to pull this through the field with a Big Bud Series 3 someday and get a video of that. Haven't gotten there yet. Let's see here. I should ask Greg what he wants me to do. Gregor, I don't know if you guys want me to keep doing this or not. We're at 80% battery. It looks like my external battery here is done charging the phone. This is this little guy. So we're on the mercy of whatever battery life our phone has now, which is 80%. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run this to the ground. How many subs are we at, guys? Are we getting anywhere? Are we close to 99,000? 98,864. Well, we're getting a bunch. There's an old Valmar spreader. We used it for spreading Fargo back in the day. My dad built an extension on it so it could hold a whole Fargo bag, and he widened it to, I think, 60 feet. That's our old flex coil sprayer. It was 120 feet. We took off one end section. We used it to put down some humic and some other stuff we were doing. This is an old Chevy 6400, had a V8 in it. It actually does run, but not very well. It's pretty beat up. We parked it over here. Someone came and ripped the logo or the emblem off the front. That's another thief for you. It's too bad. It was in perfect shape, the emblem. It's a sweet old truck, but someone came and robbed that off of it. I've actually hauled a lot of water in that thing. That used to be our water truck on the farm. This guy's awesome. I believe this is an old, I think it's a Dodge actually. It's just, the hood is destroyed. It's got bolt holes in the side. The windows are cracked. It's got like an old army bed on the back. Duals, it's lift. I think this would be a sweet rat rod. Personally, I think this would be, the grill, I just love the look of this. This is what I'd like to put a 5.9 Cummins in. It'd be a sweet rig. The negative part is it's missing the driver's door, and I cannot find it. I've looked around all over the place. I cannot find the driver's door. I found one on eBay that was similar, and I could have bought it. I didn't. But someday I might try to track a door down. If I can find a door for this thing, it'd be a good project. You know, it's all time and money, but that'd be kind of fun to turn into a rat rod. So it's a sweet old truck though. Yeah, how many miles are on it? 53,000 miles. Here, I'll pull it up because you guys can see. There you go, 53,000. This is a grain drive-over deck that we built. Oop, there's a hole right there I just stepped in. This baby we built ourselves from scratch. It's hydraulically powered. This is when we thought we could build our own grain deck. We did, and it ran for a number of years. These ramps are super heavy, like ridiculously heavy. I mean, tip that one over. So it folds down. It looks like not a TIE fighter. What do you call it in Star Wars? That the transport vessel that Darth Vader always flies around in. It looks like that thing, the way that it folds up the wings. But we built these ramps. It did a good job. It's got little 8-inch augers underneath here. Goes to a 10-inch auger. It ran. But when we bought that Brandt grain deck, we just never looked back. And we have this as a backup in case we need it, but chances are we won't, because that Brandt grain deck is just amazing. So much lighter, easier to use than this thing, so we just don't use that anymore. This is our grain auger graveyard. Old like 6-inch, 4-inch grain augers, 6-inch, 7, that's a 10 there. These are, there's a 10 right here that we use for stuff. There's just a bunch of different parts of grain augers. Every now and then I'll come in here and we'll steal flighting out of them, different parts. You guys know us, we fabricate a lot. That's why we like having all this, because we can rob stuff from it. That's an old bed off that Dodge pickup that I was telling you about. And obviously we have that in there. Some old rock pickers. One there. It's got a big blade underneath that was used for ripping sod, for breaking up land. The blade would lift rocks up and it'd turn the rocks over, and that way the rock picker could come by and grab them. I've never seen that used. I've never seen that used. I've actually never been around any of that. There's an old boat tipped upside down right there, an old boat hole. I don't know what that's for. This rock picker, when I was a kid, was used. There's a picture I just posted recently on a Take Back Thursday. TBT. I showed my sister's ride in the front right here with my dad pulling with the old Minneapolis Moline. He spent a lot of time running that rock picker. And this is an old swather that we bought when we had horses. We'd use it occasionally to cut crop down, not very often, just a little bit. It has something wrong with some gearbox somewhere, I don't know. It was before my time. I kind of remember running. That was off that swather that we turned into Mutant mower. And so that was the original reel off that. Here's an air reel over here. And this reel came off a 1010 header. We upgraded and put, what do you call it? I want to say finger reel. What do they call it? I guess not a bat reel, a regular pickup reel. We bought a pickup reel, put it on it, and we got rid of that, or the header, sold it with that. We ended up having this whole bat. It's actually in really good shape. It could fit on a 1010 and run again, but you know, no one runs those hardly anymore. There are some farms, but it'd be a backup for somebody. I don't know what we'd use it for. The air reels we might actually use someday. We're thinking about maybe doing something with one of those. And then over here is just our pile of tires. Part of my plan while we're doing these bins is I'm gonna load all these tires up and I'm gonna haul them to that spot where we've been hauling that concrete you guys saw in the video. Get them out of here. If they're gonna be somewhere, they might as well be there and not here. This is just implement tires, tractor tires, pickup tires, car tires, all kinds of tires. You know, when they wear out, they just don't have much of a purpose, and we don't have any recycle areas in the area to use this stuff. So yeah, it's just kind of how they ended up. But there's some good stuff occasionally we'll dig around. This is just random iron. We have a lot of engine blocks over here. That came out of the 844 loader. That's that V8 block. Looks like we got some 350. That came out of Corvette, I believe. That one right there. A guy came and asked paid leg arms to take this engine out. It was seized out of his Corvette and put a newer 350 in it. So he did. I think that's a Ford 460. That's out of an Oldsmobile. Looks like another 350. That's a Chrysler 318. That's out of the Big Bud. That's a Cummins 855. That's the old engine out of the Big Bud. It's an older version of the Cummins, so it can only be tuned up. 350 horsepower is the max you can get out of that engine without majorly going through it. Just some odds and ends, and then of course the scrap iron pile. It's just starters and iron and all kinds of stuff. Okay, Monty, I don't know if you're still with us. I'm gonna walk over to the bins over here. This is what, I got a video coming. It's not quite done yet, guys. It'll probably be out after we hit 100K. We're focused on that right now. But yeah, Monty's still here. Okay, good, Monty. Nice. Here's our hoppers that we just got. We just bought these. You guys wanna see, let me here. Let's do this. There. Okay, let's put this on the pole. I'm gonna extend this out. I got a nice selfie stick here. I upgraded. If I can figure out how to use this thing. Hang on. There we go. Can I do another extension? I think I can. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Look how long that thing goes. Perfect. Okay. We are selfie sticked up. Turn this one up a little bit. Boost that up. There we go. Like that. There. All right. Still got everybody. Okay. There. All right. So, I won't have it on this forever. Here's the hoppers that we just bought. They are 18-foot diameters from that guy's fab shop. It's a pretty new fabrication place. They're the ones renting that old Big Bud building from Torgerson's. The factory that they used to build those buds in. So they're using half of that space there to build these bad boys. It looks like they do a pretty good job. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a hopper bottom expert, but I'll tell you what, from what I can tell, they look like they're built really well. I mean, they're just good iron. It looks like they didn't cut corners as far as I can tell. We'll go to this one. 98,898 subs. We're getting there. Woo! All right. Okay. So this is called the Rocket. This trailer right here is called the Rocket. It's not our trailer. It's actually Wonkin Farms. I learned the story as to why that trailer is called the Rocket, which it's actually right there. You can't read it because there's mud on it, but it says the Rocket. The reason that is called the Rocket, guys, kind of a funny story. I guess the Wonkin brothers from the two Wonkin farms were wanting to build a trailer they could haul their combines on, like their 1680s, their 2188s, their 2388s. They had those back in the day, 2588, and they could put two on this trailer, haul two at a time, because they had farms. They harvest together, but their farms are 30 some miles apart. There's two farms, and so they share harvesting equipment. Well, when they were building this thing, I guess they were not fighting, but arguing over the dimensions of stuff. They go, well, remeasure that, remeasure this. Is that right? Is that right? Is that going to work? So one of the brothers said, guys, it's not rocket science, okay? Let's just build it. Well, then they named it the Rocket because it's rocket science. So that's where the term the Rocket came from. That's why it's called the Rocket. It's a pretty sweet trailer, it really is. It turns out it's also a wide load because it's 10 foot 6 inches with it folded up. So we learned this the hard way, which fortunately they were very gracious with us and we got a pass. But this trailer cannot drive down any public roads anywhere without a wide permit, because that trailer is wider than 8 feet. So I got a donation. James Ledsma, $2. Congratulations on putting out good videos. Thank you, James. I really appreciate it. You're awesome. Appreciate it, James. So we welded this baby to it. You can see the welds right there. I shouldn't say we, that guy's fab shop did for us. And then we boomed it down, a boom on each front and the back. I don't know if that's kosher, but it made it here. There's no cracks, everything's intact. I mean, it worked. So not a lot can be wrong about that. I didn't get paid to do this, guys, and no, we didn't get a discount for these hoppers, but there's that guy's fab shop. I would like to support them though. There's some guys that were farming out of Havre, and they, for whatever reason, just had to quit farming. I don't know the whole backstory, but they opened up this fab shop with the dad and I think a son or two, and they make good stuff. I think they build these things. I mean, they build almost all this entirely from scratch. Even the gates at the bottom, they custom build these gates, and they're heavy. We're actually thinking about having to make us some gates for our grain trailer, that one that we have, that older trailer. Is there a ladder on these? I don't know if there is. No, I don't think there's a ladder. That's something I think we're going to add later. Yeah, that's right. We didn't ask for a ladder, but there is an opening here. Actually, I'll just get up top on the deck. Here's what they look like from up above. It looks like a big dish, a satellite dish. They're kind of funny. So these will hold, the bins that we're putting on top of these right here are very similar to the dimensions of these ones over here. So it should hold a little over 4,000 bushels when we put this on. This bottom should add another 700 bushels, I believe, is what this bottom holds. And those two are going right here. See, Tyler Cooper just gave $5. Any chance you and Millennial Farm will make a video together? I don't know. I kind of addressed that earlier. It gets asked a lot. I guess we must have similar channels if everybody wants to do a video together. I live pretty far from that guy. He did call me what did he call me? How did it go? He goes, I'm a northern redneck, almost Canadian guy. I think that's what he said in one of his live streams. Someone tagged me in that. That's pretty funny. Northern redneck, almost Canadian guy. Nah, he was being funny. That's okay. But he sounds more Canadian than me, honestly. I feel like Minnesota people sound more Canadian than I do, but maybe you guys can be the judges of that. Do I sound Canadian? Not bashing Canadians here. I just feel like I sound like most of the country, but that's what everybody always thinks, right? So you guys can be the judges there. Who sounds more Canadian, MM Millennial or me? Probably me. I bet you guys are gonna say me. I don't say a boot, but no. Anyways, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, no, that's maybe someday it might happen. I don't know. Stay tuned, I guess. Let's see here. Okay, Let's go. Let me flip my camera. Come on, camera. There we go. Okay, let's get down. This is my biggest complaint about the Rocket trailer is this. This really needed to have been built about 3 feet longer, and then it would stop the rocks from hitting your cab. And then right here is so tight. So tight. I mean, you can tell it's hit a couple times on that. I haven't, but yeah. So here is those bottoms that we moved. There's two bottoms. There's a bottom right here, an old concrete floor for these bins that we moved years ago that are way over there at that farm. These are bins that we just put here a couple years ago. We just dropped them down, wired them down. Those are just storage. We have some stuff in them. This bin pad here has got a bunch of iron on it still. There was like 5 more of these or 4 more of these up this line here. We had them stacked full of iron, like these John Deere covers, old windmill. Let's see here, JM Fritz. Every little bit helps. Thanks for the videos. Thank you, JM. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. You guys are being generous today. This is crazy. This isn't in a video yet, guys. I was gonna put it in a video here soon, but I haven't gotten to it. Well, I have video of it. I haven't made it into a video on YouTube yet. So you guys are seeing stuff that's gonna make a video here soon. We just got done drilling all the holes. These are 24-inch holes, 3 to 4 feet deep. We used a leg arm service truck with the Derrick digger right there, that baby. And we drilled, there's 10 per hopper. So each one of these is gonna be filled with concrete, and then we're gonna level all these off. My dad built these little frames out of some 2x4s and OSB board. And they're gonna be filled full of concrete. We're gonna shove rebar down inside of them, rebar them up. And that's gonna be the basis for those hoppers. We're a little nervous. We were told that 24 inches, 3 to 4 feet deep is enough to support that size of bin. It kind of makes you nervous because if they're not and that thing tips over, we're out a lot of money and time and it's gonna be an absolute disaster. That's the auger, by the way, that we used to dig it. And there's leg arms adapter, as you guys can see, is intact. Didn't twist or anything. It's just a solid piece there. So yeah, he did a good job on that thing. So both of them are gonna go here. They'll be right next together. We drilled this. It turned out we forgot how this would work out, but these 2 holes almost broke through all the way. But what we're gonna do, reason we're putting these bins close together like this is the center here, because these bins that we're moving that aren't, not these ones, but they're way over here, that are gonna be going on these hopper bottoms, there's no ladder on them. They have no ladder. So we're gonna put one here, and we're gonna make a ladder between the walls of both of them. And you'll be able to walk up the ladder and then access each top from the bin. So you only need 1 ladder. So that's what we're going to do. So, all right, let's see here. This is the pad we hauled. I've got this in a future video, guys. You haven't seen this yet either. That's gonna be in that video that I gotta put together. We hauled all this shale in. This is shale ground. It packs really hard. The purpose we put shale for a pad here is it keeps, this way it's elevated so the water will run off away from the legs that hold the hoppers up. And then 2, this shale stuff doesn't grow on it very well. It's like pretty much sterile soil. It's not even soil, it's shale. It's like rock almost. Well, it'll keep it clean from weeds, from all that nasty stuff. So that's the plan with that. This is our service truck, Leg Arms creation. He built this thing, he bought the truck. Well, I guess the farm bought the truck and stuff, but he got the truck. It was a propane hauler. And then this bed was off a different truck that some guy said, I'll sell you this whole Atlas crane, bed, and everything for like, I think he talked him down to like $1,200 or something. It was ridiculous. We got a steal. We literally stole that thing, that whole unit. And Leg Arms mounted it on here. We had to add some leaf springs to hold it up because it's a little heavier in the back. And that baby is awesome. You guys have seen it in our videos. We've used this crane to lift cabs off tractors, pull engines out of stuff. We've got a welder, compressor, generator right here, 300-gallon diesel tank, all kinds of tools. We're filling it up slowly on and off. It's got a 423 big block in it, but it's just not a powerhouse. But for what we do, it's good. It's got a big winch on it. We've used it to lift, excuse me, lift a lot of stuff. It's got a grapple in the front, which we haven't used yet, but we could. So yeah, it's a good truck. Let's see here. What's this guy? This is an Allis-Chalmers AC. It's either a 10,000 or an 11,000. My dad thought it was 1,000. Leg Arms thought it was 10,000. I don't know what the actual model of it is. It's somewhere in that area, but it's a non-turboed. We bought it for $1,500 from a nice rancher out of Lewistown, I believe, or Livingston or Lewistown. I think it's Livingston. Anyways, it was a county grader, so painted like 4 different colors. You can see it's got yellow, it's got blue, it's got silver. It's an old mechanical knuckle buster. They call them knuckle busters. I'll show you in a second why. I don't have any videos really of using this yet, but I will. It's a good grader. All of this is really pretty sound. I mean, these universal joints are kind of wore. There's a lot of slop in these arms. We've talked about maybe converting this over to hydraulics. We haven't done it yet. But for how little we use, I mean, actually we do a lot of grading. But for what we do, it's been a good rig. We found some tires for it. The thing was, when we bought it for 1,500 bucks, the engine had spun a bearing on the crankshaft. So the crankshaft was damaged, the rod was damaged, and the bearing was shot. So when we rebuilt it, we had the crank turned, we had a new rod, we bought a new rod for it, put all new bearings in it. I don't remember if we did pistons and rings. I think we did, actually. Put new pistons and rings in it too. Ever since then, we had a couple hiccups, but ever since then, this thing runs like a champ. It's awesome. It's actually got, for not turbo, this thing got quite a bit of power. I think it's a 600 some cubic inch engine, I think. 600, 700 cubic inch. So it's been a good grader. Okay, Jordan Weishauer. Oh no. 20 bucks. Shout out to Bob Welker. Happy belated birthday. Oh yeah, guys, it was my dad's birthday yesterday. Jordan, you didn't have to do that. Jordan's a good buddy of ours. Thank you, Jordan, for giving me 20 bucks for my dad. I guess I'll figure out a way to get that 20 bucks to him, right? I'll take him out for coffee or something, okay? That's okay. It's only right that I get the money because I'll inherit it someday, right? Maybe. So, let's see what else here. Okay. Thank you, Jordan. Okay, here is our 844 loader. You guys probably have seen the time lapse of us putting the Cummins in this. It's got an ISC Cummins 8.3 liter. It's been a really good running engine. It was out of a truck, out of a Freightliner, I believe. And we mounted it, made it in there. Leg arms, did a bunch of work up here. He did a lot of work to this. I helped him, but a lot of this is leg arms. This thing was all in pieces. There was no back on this. When we got this loader, nothing was even here. It was just like the front half. And we built all that, put it all back in, put a different custom radiator in it. I had to build a shroud for the fan. It's been a good loader. The only problem is right now, and we're thinking it's something to do with the, all right, let me close this baby. There we go. We think it's something to do with the throttle positioning sensor, but occasionally it cuts off, like it loses, like the fuel's cut off for a split second. When that happens, it kind of stops for a second, then it goes, and it just feels like the throttle positioning sensor, which is electronic, is up at your foot pedal, is maybe giving some kind of false readings. Maybe there's a wire issue, so we got to figure that out. Otherwise, it runs great. It's got a 5.5 yard bucket on it, and pretty big. It's about perfect for the size of the loader. If you pick up a full load of what I was doing with shale in the video, guys will see, it almost picks the back tires up, almost. So there's some shale load right there. That's gravel. That's what we got from any of those bins. And then the last unit over here is our International Eagle, and these guys call this a Binder, I believe, B-I-N-D-E-R. It's a good running truck. It's got a big cam 400 in it, somewhere in the 400 horsepower range, could be more. Got an old bed on it. The bed's fairly well thrashed, but we bought this truck for 7,800 bucks, I believe. Got a good deal on it. It's been great for us. It was definitely well used. I'll show you the bed. There you go. So it's been a good truck for what we do. It was an old road truck that was converted to a dump truck. It doesn't have a heavy frame on it. You know, it's not a heavy truck by any means, but it's got a lot of snort to it, and for how little we do with dump truck, it's perfect for our farm. Okay. All right, let's go back to the Fummins. I'm gonna read your guys' comments for a little bit here. I just catch the occasional donations. You guys are awesome. Okay, Drew Hughes, Monty, yeah, the Welker question and answer. Okay, hello. Where are the puppies? The puppies are at the other yard. We might be able to go see them in a little bit. 98,928 subs. So we're almost 1,000 subs away from 100K. The sun is right there. You guys are gonna have to deal with a black face for a little bit here. Stop shit. Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, knuckle busters. I didn't even talk about that. Yeah. Real quick, I'll show you. I got distracted. I see my dad's explaining it, but I'll just show you. Since he's explaining it, I'll walk over and show you guys what we're talking about when we say knuckle busters. It's because this is mechanically operated, this blade. There's no hydraulics here. So what happens is there's a drive line that powers. It goes up right here into this, I don't know what you call this unit, the knuckle buster unit. There's gears that run through here, and what happens when you take these levers, you pull them down and it jams them into the gear. There's probably spider gears and they lock together. And then when that happens, it turns these heavily geared down gearboxes, which then move these arms and tilt and turn the blade. Well, what happens is those gears are spinning. When you go to pop them in gear, they'll pop back at you and they smack your knuckles. So if you're not careful, and you got to keep your hand on top and hold it like this when you press them. Otherwise, if your knuckles are in the way, they'll come back and they'll smack you in the hand. That's what they call them, knuckle busters. It's not like it'll break your hand, but it hurts. I've had it happen a couple times. That's where the term knuckle buster comes from. It's just how old graders were built. They didn't have, I mean, back then that was what they did before they had really advanced hydraulics, which I guess aren't advanced now, but advanced then. All right, what else do we have? Y'all needed to get some go-karts. Go-karts. Yeah, that'd actually be really fun. Go-karts are a blast. Do you still have the Versatile? I do. It's actually in the beginning of this video. If you watch the beginning of this live stream, I drove by the Versatile. I didn't walk around it. And I'm still going to do a video or an equipment tour for you guys one of these days. This is kind of like a sort of equipment tour because it's a special live stream event right now. This isn't typical. What am I at for battery? 64% battery. So I'm running out of battery slowly here. When I get out, that'll be it for the live stream for the day. And then I guess we'll just see if we get to that 100,000 subscribers by the end of the night. If it looks like we're gonna get to that 100K, guys, if we can get to 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna set up the video premiere for the 100,000 subscriber video that I've made, and I will be able to be there with you guys as you watch it for the first time, and I'll be able to chat in a chat. It'll be kind of fun. You guys will be able to chat back, watch whatever. It's only like 8 minutes long, but I think you guys will get a kick out of it. It'll be kind of fun. It's just kind of my thanks back to you guys. It's just and especially all those that are donating and everything. So, but I got to get to 100,000 first, so I can't do it before. And I don't know if we're gonna get there today or not. Anybody want that? Just says deer. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go, deer. I think the other half is right there. Yeah, that's where it is. Oh, here's something else for you guys real quick. I didn't show these yet. These are those Case tractors. They are very, very, very parted out and well used. I think they're well beyond repair, but there could be parts in here that's good for someone that is fixing up an old Case. Let's see, we got a donation. Philo Bedo. Do some donuts in the Fummins. Okay. All right. I will go over there in a second. That Fummins is going to get some love here in a second. Hey, can I zoom in all the way? No way. I just realized that. With this, oops, I'm typing stuff here. With this new phone that I've got, the factory LG app that lets you use the camera doesn't switch between wide angle and narrow lens. This one does with automatic. That's cool. Okay, anyways, back to the Case. What is it? I found it somewhere. What were these models? They were, oh, they're a series. Where did I see it at? Right here? A size L, that's what it is. Case size L company. So they're two old Case tractors. It's a shame they're in this bad a condition. This is how they were when we found them. And again, it was a piece of property that my grandpa and great uncle bought way back in the day, and these were just on the lot. They've been there for years. We hauled them over here to keep them out of scrap thieves from stealing them. It's amazing they'd steal something like that. David Weeb. 20 bucks. Is that MX? Is that Mexico? Thank you, man. It's greatly appreciated. I will fire this girl up for you guys. Let's see, we got to fix my logo here. I stole this the other day for that video, and I noticed it's off a little bit, as you can see right there. It's pulled down a hair. There we go. Back a little bit. I need to wash this thing. I need to get some more of those magnets. They're nice, but the other side kind of broke on me, so. All right, here's the Fummins. Let's fire her back up again. Let me take my selfie stick and collapse it here since I'm in the pickup and I don't need it this long. There we go. Tighten that up, tighten that up. There we go. Okay. Problem is, you got, well, I guess I could. Let's say, trying to think of how to do donuts in this thing so you guys can see me. I don't have a good camera mount. I didn't bring one to mount this thing somewhere. That's okay. We can do it like this. I'll let the engine run for a second here before I give her some horsepower. Let's see. We'll go back this way. Okay. What gear do I want in? I think this gear will work. This is the second. There we go. There's some dust. This cab needed blowing out anyways. This pickup is a blast to drive. All right, we're done at this yard. Winter meets up, drove the Big Bud, mission accomplished. That's what we wanted to do. Kind of got sidetracked. This thing has a tremendous turbo lag, but I think its turbo's a little big for when the injectors, the way the injectors kick in on this thing, it seems like they're pretty delayed. It doesn't really throw fuel in until your RPMs really get up there, but all right, need 48 subs to 99,000. We'll get there. We're on a roll already. All right. $98,953. Nice. Well, we've gotten almost 500 subscribers since I started this live stream. That's doing pretty good. What are chickpeas worth? Right now they're like $19 per 100 pounds, I believe. So that equates to like, was that $10 or $12 a bushel? At one point in time, they were like $30 a bushel, or like $25, $30 a bushel. That's where farmers were making a ton of money. Does the 855 Cummins still work? It does, actually. It did run when we put it there, and it probably would work. The internals are fine. We took some parts off of it, but yeah, it does still run. Oh, here. I'll pull over here real quick. Let me stop by this house real fast. And there's a puppy. That one there is, that one's Pete, and this one down here is Patches, or Patch. And they are 3 months old? How old are they?
A little over 2 months.
2 months old. Pete and Patches. And they're pure Border Collie?
They're at least over half.
Okay.
The other half was a hanging tree.
Okay.
So
we don't know. So they're kind of like him. He's half Australian, half Border Collie.
He's half.
That's Kobe.
Yeah.
And then Pete and Patches.
Oh, don't be shy.
They're the new farm dogs.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They're gonna ride on each one of the fenders. So we gotta have 3 buds running at a time.
Yeah.
With
well,
Kobe.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're too bad. Don't be shy. They don't bite.
That's awesome. Yeah, there they are. Cool, there's the pups. There you guys go. We'll head back over to the shop. Yeah, they're good dogs. All right. Let's see here. Got a couple donations. MVP Clutch Gaming gave $1. Thank you, MVP Clutch Gaming. That's awesome of you. Let's see. Go over here and park this bad boy. I don't know what else to keep doing for this live stream. We got some battery left, but I don't know what else to show you guys. That's kind of all we got for right now. Shut that off. Let's roll this window up. No rain in the forecast for a while, but we'll roll her up anyways. Cats won't get in here and leave hair all over. Okay, let's see here. And then Jake Gibson gave $1. Give a tour of the Versatile. Oh, I should have drove over there. Okay, well, we'll grab a quad. We call them four-wheelers, but I think around the world they're mostly called quads. There's those Velociraptors again. Look at those little conniving, crafty little things. They're terrible. Those chickens are absolutely brutal on gardens and flowers. This is an old Honda Recon. It's like a 250cc. It's not a very big four-wheeler. The start button's kind of messed up on it. One second here, guys. I'm gonna put this right here while I start this bad boy. Kind of a two-handed job. Uh-oh. We have a problem. We got chickens in front of us. I love how they flap their wings when they're running. Here's our trailer. It's got a gooseneck, a sled bed, another gooseneck. We got a Mercury Comet. That's a cool car. Our Chevy Longhorn. That's a really sweet pickup. Leg Arms is working on that slowly. And an old Buick Sentra that needs a head gasket. And then our 4520 hooked to the grain vac. Got our Brandt 8-inch auger. Actually, it's not hooked at the moment. That's the loader bucket for that 4520. We just have it off. That's the four-wheeler that I almost killed myself on a couple years ago. I don't drive that thing very often. Here's those Dodge trucks. We put a 350 in one. The other one's got a I want to say a 318, but I think it's bigger than a 318. Here's the 1150 Versatile. And this tractor here, do I have it on wide angle? There we go. We bought this tractor for the engine. The tractor sold for about almost half of what it would have cost to buy the engine outright. So we bought the tractor, took the engine out, put the engine in our Big Bud. Now this tractor does not have an engine, but it also, when we bought it, it didn't have a transmission that was working. There's some clutch packs in here, some shafts. That's the transmission housing. It could be fixed up. I know some guys that were tempted on buying this and trying to have, there's a couple of shafts that aren't made anymore. You'd have to have them custom machined in a shop. It was really expensive to do, but it can be done. But Leg Arms and I have considered that is, what happened to the four-wheeler, Martha's Holland? Well, that four-wheeler basically, and thanks for the donation, by the way, guys, I appreciate it. That four-wheeler has been wrecked a few times. My brother-in-law almost just destroyed his arm on it. He was riding it and chased some antelope, and he didn't see, there was a road under the grass. The grass was really tall, and he couldn't see the ditches on each side of the road, and when he hit that, it threw him off of it, and his arm went straight down, and when it landed, I believe it was his right arm, this would be this arm, shattered his wrist, broke his elbow, broke his collarbone, dislocated his shoulder, just destroyed it. And then a couple years later, I went coyote hunting on it with I had an AR in one hand, and I was driving the other, and I didn't have a helmet on. It was stupid. I mean, we just took off. And the next moment, I wake up in the hospital with the heartbeat machine going, and my neck is in a brace. It was a very, actually pretty traumatizing moment. I've done that twice in my life now, where I've woken up in a hospital. You have no memory of why you got there. You just all of a sudden know you're in a hospital, and your arm's up in the air, and you got a heartbeat monitor going, and It's just not fun. A lot of people have been in that situation before. I don't recommend it, but I basically was driving the four-wheeler. It's just unstable. The steering on it's no good. It's an old Honda. You know, they're not as stable as the new ones. And I caught a rut, and I guess because I had one hand on a gun and their hand on the throttle, the handlebars turned on me real sharp, and the four-wheeler just rolled. It was an old road we were driving, a 2-track. When that happened, my head hit the ground so hard that it knocked me out. And that's that video. That's actually, if you guys look at my channel, go in my videos, type in massive head concussion, I think is what I have it called, head concussion. You guys can see my good buddy Jordan, who was there that day, actually recorded me with his phone while they were waiting to get help, and he kept asking me questions, and that was after I got my head rung. And I rolled back 6 years in my memory. I thought I was 6 years younger. And I didn't break any bones, but I did something to my neck and my lower back, my vertebrae. They did x-rays, they did MRI, they said everything was fine. Just recently, I've been having problems again with it. My muscles get really tense. I get weird neck issues. So it definitely damaged something. I haven't ridden like that ever since. So when I ride stuff, I usually just do what I do right here. I just drive from like one side to the other farm. I don't go chase stuff anymore. But yeah, anyways, yeah, four-wheelers are dangerous. You can get some pretty seriously hurt on those things. And I've had my share. I've broken an arm. I've broken my face in the past and other accidents. So yeah, just that's what happened to four-wheelers. So, but that's how it goes. You learn. So this is the Versatile 1150 Cummins sat right here. That's the axle. It looks like a pretty big axle, but I think one reason why it's so big is I believe the planetaries are internal in there. The transmission went in the back. Still got the steering sector on here and everything. We have all the parts for this tractor. You can see we capped everything off. I mean, taped all the intakes. I mean, we of course that's not necessary now because there's no engine here, but we went ahead and taped them anyways. But the tractor itself the frame is in pretty good condition. Tires are probably 50%, maybe a little less. You know, they've got some chloride in them. I think the hinge pinges in the center here need replaced. There's a little slop in there. You can see it's kind of angled. If you look from a distance, it looks like it's kind of tipped inward. So I think it needs some work done there, probably some bushings replaced. But I mean, otherwise this tractor is not by any means like salvageable. I mean, you could take it and get rid of it, but the problem is to buy a transmission for this thing is about impossible. So what Leg Arms and I would have to do to fix that girl up is we would have to basically track down some kind of transmission with a drop box. We've got kind of some ideas. We'd like to probably find like a big cam 400, put it in it, something around that 400, 450 horsepower. You know, if we could find an Allison, maybe out of a Steiger, or even Big Bud had a drop box. There's a bunch of different options out there, but somehow find a way to get power to those wheels. Put a big cam 400, maybe an N14 Cummins. We even thought about taking the engine that's in the Series 1 Bud, put a red top in there, an N14 red top, and then take that engine and put that engine in this Versatile here. It's just a lot of work, you know. It takes months to do this, and to do all that, I bet you we'd be looking at $30,000 to $50,000 in parts to make that work. Well, what are we gonna do with this tractor after we put $50,000 into it? We already have our buds, you know. We wouldn't use this to seed with. Maybe we could take a dual off and use it to pull a grain cart, I guess, if we ever got a grain cart. But the thing is, it doesn't have a PTO drive on it, and we'd love to have a tractor with a PTO, a power takeoff, to power a grain cart or a grain buggy or chaser bin. You know, you guys, a bunch of different names out there for them. So we could beef up the hydraulics and make the hydraulics strong to run a cart, which could be possible. It's definitely doable. It's just a lot of money and time, and I just don't know if it's in our cards to do it. But we do have it, and someday, you never know what might happen if we come across a good deal. When we bought this tractor, the floor was missing. There was no seat here because they took the transmission out, and the birds would fly up in here, and they made a mess inside here. But it can be cleaned up. I don't know how many hours on this tractor. We've never put a battery on it and turned it on to see. I would venture to guess probably 10,000 hours, somewhere in that ballpark. These are pretty good sized tractors. I mean, they really are. Here's a shifter for it. So, yeah, it's a big tractor, and honestly, after climbing around this and working on it, there's a lot of things that we were really impressed with it. I mean, it's a big tractor. I don't know what it weighs, but I wouldn't mind owning and working one of these. It's a sweet machine. So, but at this point in time, we'll see if it works or not. And then over here, We've got an old, I want to say it's a 204 John Deere. I probably not right at all on that number. It's a industrial diesel John Deere backhoe. And it's like very similar to a farm tractor, but they put an industrial kit on it. So it's got a heavier bucket on the front. And then of course the backhoe in the back. We've dug a lot of trenches with this thing. We've, I need to take that battery and put it in the shop. It does have a battery in it though. Not hooked up. But it's pretty weak. It's fairly wore. The engine is weak. The engine needs probably an overhaul. It runs. This thing does run actually decent. It's kind of a sweet tractor to drive. Not turboed, little 4-cylinder diesel. It's pretty cool. But we've dug a lot of septic fields, a lot of cisterns, garbage pits. I've spent a lot of time on that thing. It's a nice backhoe for what it is. It's just not a powerhouse by any means. Hydraulics aren't super strong. Here's the rock picker I used in one of my videos a while back. You guys probably saw it. It's a pretty good rock picker. This is a cab off a pickup that my brother's working on. You guys haven't seen it. You haven't seen any videos of it, but that's the original cab that was on it. This plow we used to plow the windbreak. We call this the windbreak. Purpose of this is to try to stop the wind from blasting us. Another old plow. That's a truck from Wonkin Farms. It's actually a giant compressor. They got it at an auction really cheap. Someone turned this into a sandblaster at some point in time. It's got a big old tank on it, and they were gonna use it as a giant sandblaster. Take a look at these belts. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look how big my hand is compared to that. That is a giant flywheel. And this engine, this isn't an engine. This is powered by the truck. They use actually, the drive line comes down, powers, there's a gearbox here and you engage it, and it actually uses the truck engine to spin this pulley here, which powers these big old compressors. It even has a radiator on it to cool the compressors because they get so hot. And it's amazing. This thing generates quite a bit of compressed air. I don't think it gets real high compression, but volume-wise, it can make a lot of airflow. And it's on an old Ford F-250. Is that what they call it? Old V8. Truck does run, but it needs a little bit of work doing. And then this is our Minneapolis Moline that does run. This is a good tractor. I've done a lot of time on this thing. We had to build cut the old manifold cracked out, so Leg Arms built this a long time ago. These are actually from a trampoline. It's the frame off a trampoline. He took all the elbows off a trampoline frame, welded them together, made a manifold that he put on here, and that carburetor's off that other Minneapolis Moline because those carburetors go bad. Obviously, we used this thing to mow, or we were using it to mow with the deck mower, and it went under a tree branch. The tree branch caught the exhaust and bent it back, but it just bent it. It's tipped sideways. But anyways, this MM Moline does run, and it runs really well. It needs a battery. We used to use this to run our augers. It's a pretty sweet tractor. It'd be good fixed up someday. It'd be actually, I think you could. I mean, it's got a lot of body damage and stuff, but I think you could make it look pretty nice, really, in the end. Can you give me a shout out? I also live on a farm. I hope to help the farm with YouTube money when I get advertising. Nice. Thank you, American Farmer 27. Yeah, you know, you have no idea where YouTube will take you. YouTube is the second most used website, web traffic. It's the second highest traffic site on the internet. Number one being google.com, number two being YouTube. It's tremendous the amount of billions and billions of views per day that are on that. And I never saw YouTube as making much money. I just never really did it to make money. I never saw, in fact, actually for a lot of years, I never even had the ad revenue set up. I had ads playing on my YouTube videos and they weren't even making me money. Found out later that I had to turn on a lot more than you think. But you know, right now it's gotten to the point where it is actually paying well enough that it motivates me to keep making videos. And that's kind of the whole point of it, is if it can pay enough money where it's worth my time to edit and make videos, you guys get more content, I get paid. It's like a win-win for everybody. The only problem is people don't like ads. I don't like ads. I totally don't understand why people don't want to sit and watch ads. But, you know, it's a trade-off, and it seemed to work out pretty good. So as long as YouTube and you know, my relationship with YouTube, everything works out okay, I'll stick with it. We'll see where this goes. So, but yeah, if you make a YouTube channel, you know, I can't say why this one's getting 100,000 subscribers. It's just been a lot of time and a lot of work. I put thousands of hours, really. If you figure out every video that I've made, I bet you I've got 2,000 plus hours of time You guys probably windy as I'm driving this four-wheeler. 2,000 plus hours of time making and editing videos, filming. I've got thousands of dollars in drones and cameras, and you know, it's not that it was just happened. I mean, but it did kind of with our big bud tractors. That's popular. You know, not everybody has big bud tractors, let alone 3 of them. People also don't build their own sprayers and do time lapses of building tractors and stuff. I mean, there's just a lot of things that kind of fell together with this channel that just made it work, and it caught a niche, and I hope to continue that niche and keep going. So the tricky part is just basically finding what is unique with your farm. The brakes on that thing are hilarious. Finding what's unique on your farm or your operation or whatever you have, and you're just gonna have to expect to not grow fast. I mean, there are a few channels out there that just take off from the moment they start, and they just get hundreds of thousands of subscribers and they just don't stop, and that does happen. But the majority of YouTube channels just never make it big. I wouldn't even consider mine big. I mean, I'm a 98. It says I'm ranked 98,000th in the world. 98,000. I mean, I know there's a absolute ton of YouTube channels because most of them aren't used. So if you actually took the amount of YouTube channels that, so I'm getting grass seeds out of my shoes here. I've been walking around in that grass. So anyways, that's cool how that works. But okay, where were we? That's a few vehicles. How many things we start today? We started the Brute, the Apache, the Fullmans, the Series 3 Bud, the four-wheeler. I think that's it. 5 things. Shop tour. I could go in the shop for a little bit. The only thing I'm warning you guys, if I walk in that door, there's a chance that I might lose cell phone service to the point where it gets really choppy. You guys just let me know. Be like, lag is really bad. And I need a bunch of you to say it because I know some of you guys just say it just to be funny. But if I go in there and you guys can't hear me and it's cutting in and out, it's because this is a metal building. Metal buildings, it's dual walled actually. There's metal on the inside and outside. And that cuts the signal down. So when I walk in there, that's my only concern is I might lose you guys. Or at least make it sound bad. So have I done any deer hunting? I have not done any deer hunting yet. Deer season opened up yesterday. I was going to go out with a friend. I've had a really, like I was telling you guys about my accident a few days ago. Something happened to me in the weight room. I was doing military press, some dumbbells, and I don't know what happened, but somewhere in my lower neck, kind of where I had that accident, where I had the concussion and it hurt my neck, I felt a pop. My muscles got tight, and I've had a stiff neck, a really bad stiff neck for a number of days now. It's actually doing pretty good right now. I'm actually getting a lot more movement. It's making me feel good because I was seriously considering going to the doctor tomorrow and getting x-rays done on my neck because I had numbness in my arm. It was all symptoms of a compressed nerve in my neck, which made me think that maybe I have a slip disc or a herniated disc in my H7, I believe is what it is, vertebrae H7, if that's correct. So that's why I didn't go deer hunting yesterday. It's because my neck was really giving me trouble. It's feeling better today though, so if it gets better this week, I'll go deer hunting, and I'd love to show you guys that, but I don't know if I should show you my toy. We'll see here. I might give you guys one more surprise before I end this live stream. Okay, let's go inside. I thought about doing hunting videos, guys. The problem with guns is they're so controversial. They shouldn't be, but they are. And when they're controversial, I just would hate to risk my YouTube channel and monetizing and whatnot, because YouTube does funny things like that. They'll sometimes come in. Actually, I got pretty good service right now. YouTube might just come in and stop monetizing my videos because I'm showing off some of my guns and stuff, and I'd hate to risk all this channel just for that. But I have a suspicion I might, because between you guys and me, which is only, what, 1,450 of you, we do have a really nice shooting range on the farm. It's our own creation, but maybe someday we'll make a shoot video and we'll show that, because we do a lot of shooting. I don't do enough, but we are pretty big into that. This is the shop. I guess I can use my selfie stick again, huh? Let's extend this bad boy out. You guys have seen this in a lot of videos. This is the new edition side. We added this on. It's like 40 feet by 60. No, it's not 60. I'm gonna throw a tape down and see. Anyways, that is a bifold door. We use that for bringing in our equipment. Our bigger equipment, our combines, our big buds can fit in here. This is where we're gonna do a lot of our work. We have a gantry crane, which is right there. That goes to the top of me. And then right over here is a 10-ton hoist. I would not lift 10 tons. I don't think that beam up there could support 10 tons, but I got a good deal on that when I bought it, so we use it. And then we got an electric 1,500-pound winch there too. So that's where we do a lot of our heavy lifting. But since we have that service truck with that crane on it now, we use quite a bit of that for that too. Here's my crazy creation. See this thing? Let me go to this. This is my, you guys probably saw this in the video. I don't know. It's a, these are these pods. Pretty awesome light. This thing is so bright. Let's see, you could make a second channel for guns. I've thought about that. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. That is Tyler Cooper. I have thought about doing a 7th channel. It's just so much work to make a channel in the first place, though, that I just don't know if I'd have time to run 2 channels. But yeah, let's see here. Anyways, yeah, this is from Mocha Performance. They make these lights. These are pretty amazing lights. I put this together. This is a pan off of an old chicken feeder or pig feeder. These are off the S1070 New Holland sprayer. That's a press wheel, and these wheels are off a roller. I put a switch right here. Turn the switch on, and then
The majestic beast has arrived. Hi. You're not hard to find when you just turn your phone on. Where's Nick? Oh, he's over in the shop.
leg arm showed up.
Hello.
So yeah, it's like bright. It's really bright. And Leg Arms is a really good dancer with it too. They're actually thinking about entering into Dancing in the Stars together. Everyone says hi, Leg Arms.
Hello. Yeah, I'm gonna get first place for this lovely individual here.
Pretty slick.
You've been.
It's been a long stream. I'm at 43% battery. How long have I been? 2 hours and 12 minutes? Oh wow.
I was gonna say, you've been going at it for a while.
For like 99,000 subscribers. How many subscribers, guys?
How much more do you have?
I got 1,000 to go, but I don't know if I'm gonna get there today. Let's turn my computer on here. I think it'll turn on from here. Oh man, you see that bicep? I need to work that thing out. Leg Arms is making me look skinny. I hurt my neck. I've been planning on getting to the gym hard, and now I can't even work out because my neck's got problems. 98,988.
Wow.
We're almost at 99,000. This computer turning on.
You only need another, what, 900?
Is it turned on? It maybe did. Yeah, it did. It turned on. Okay, this is our shop computer. The computer's actually in the office in here, which is back of that wall. I've got a wireless keyboard here. I put this on a swivel so I can turn this monitor back and forth. It's just a TV is all it is. Leg Arms is taking control of the mouse. What is he doing? Google Earth is contacting servers. Get out of that. Clicked on that. I don't know where he's going. Oh, here. I'll type it in. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. What's it called? Social. Well, I'm typing in my keyboard here. And there. Pulling it up live so we could see live subscriber count. There we are. 98,994. Woo! Oh. Come on.
Okay, I'll leave, people. I'll leave.
Who is that? Who are you? Oh. Oh, we're back. We're back.
You lose 1, you gain 5.
No! Come on.
Okay, that's a sick joke, people. That's sick. Don't make me come over to you, whoever you are.
What?
There you go.
Yeah. Look at that. Woo!
Come on, one more.
Come on, guys. No!
Oh, no.
People are being embarrassed. Not funny.
Actually, it is pretty funny.
Oh, they're all subscribing now.
Everything you did today, Nick, is a waste.
Guys,
A failure.
guys are a bunch of really mean people. I know who you are. I know every one of you.
Bet your company's not one of those guys.
I'm sure. That's pretty funny. I gotta know. You guys are hilarious. Okay, I'm gonna look away, and I expect it to go up over 99,000, guys. I'm just gonna look away for a minute. I'm looking away. I'm not paying attention to it. There's Leg Arms. Come on.
Come on, I'm looking at it.
I'm not.
It's just sitting there, actually.
Yeah, it's back here.
Okay.
Look at that. Yeah! Woo! No! Come on.
Hey, we can't watch that
Yeah, you guys are.
That's just heartbreaking.
So we got a bunch of trash. It needs cleaned up. This is going to the trash bin. And those, when I did that clean up the shop, guys, I left these here since then. We haven't hardly been in the shop since we've been working in there. But it is clean up here still. I'll show you guys. Isn't that pretty? I still got to finish these paint right here. I haven't gotten to that yet. Still pretty clean and organized. And then down here, this room has gotten a few things in it. You guys will see what that's about when we hit 100,000 subscribers. Hint, hint. My camera gear is still in here. That was pretty funny.
I still need to clean that.
Yeah, you do need to clean that up.
My bad.
So that's our shop. That's our machining area, our car lift. This is my Subaru that I'm selling. I haven't listed it yet. I got to finish detailing it, cleaning it up. It's got almost 90,000 miles on it. 2012 Subaru Outback. I don't need it anymore. I bought a different vehicle. And yeah. 100K the squad. Welcome, squad. Squad 2, actually. I don't know who the squad 2 is. Imposter. There's our fabrication area. Got a press, acetylene, oxygen torch, vise, welder, plasma cutter, aluminum welder, bunch of grinders, chop saw.
If they get to 90,800, I'll shoot the cannon before dark.
Did you guys hear that? Wait, how much? 99,800?
At least. You're going to have to work out it hard.
If you guys can get us, I don't know how you're going to do it, but if you guys can get us, this is from Leg Arm's mouth.
It's a bowling ball cannon that'll shoot.
If you can get us to 100,000 subscribers today, Leg Arms has officially said that he will shoot off a bowling ball cannon for you. I haven't shown him that, by the way. I'm keeping that thing over there a secret. Yeah, I'm not letting him see what's over there.
You better not.
I probably did show it in the camera for a split second, but I'm not going to. They got to watch the video to find out that. Let's see here. Tyler Cooper, $2. 200,000 should be a 24-hour farm stream session. Oh boy.
Jeez.
You guys don't want to see me when I'm working on less than no hours of sleep.
Yeah, it's pretty beautiful, actually.
This is our home defense. We have our dogs, and then we have this. This is Leg Arms creation. I haven't, guys. I've been making video of this thing. I haven't fully made a YouTube video yet. That is what you think it is.
Yep. Like 7 years ago, I put it together, and throughout the years, I just keep on slowly whittling and doing different things to it. But so yeah, it's kind of a weird concoction. The Chevy guys know what this is.
He says farm artillery. It sure is.
Yeah.
You know what that is, guys?
It's a steering sector off of a '79 Chevy Bonanza.
Bonanza. We
That's
saw
what
that in the
that's-
iron pile.
Yep. And then on this side over here, we've got from the John Deere. We can decide on what we want to do. Do you want to do corn or grain or soybeans?
Cameras here. I can see
This
that.
is
This cannon can do multiple things.
so basically what this is for
It can do grain, it can do corn, soybeans, and clean out.
is I've got a 3-wheeler brake that I cut off of something over there. Loosen it up.
It's a 3-wheeler brake right here. Ooh, it pivots.
Shoot kind of whatever angle you want. You guys better get some friends and subscribe.
We need subscribers fast.
Ain't gonna happen today if you don't do it.
I'll have to charge my phone back up. So what's the frame off of?
So there was some homemade boat frame that somebody put together.
My shadow
And I
out of the
used
way.
that. There's a trailer axle that we jumped a car through many years ago, as you probably saw a video.
You guys probably saw that spring break 2009 or whatever,
That
farm
axle
style.
came from it. This leaf spring and frame right here came off of a 1940s truck, and then tires came off of Nick's pickup, and then this is 2 high tension steel gas tubing, one inside the other,
So there's about
about an inch thick.
an inch thick of iron. Flip my camera around here. There's me again. There we go. There's some straw in here.
Probably the birds.
Yeah. This is shot probably 50 or 60 bowling balls or more. so far.
And then
No
on the
signs
way-
of stress yet. It makes us nervous, but
So I made a breech loader. You take a maul, beat this pin out, pull it out, put your main charge, shut it, and then you take a shotgun shell, you stick it in there, and you get a firing pin. You pin it, and voila.
that's what detonates it. And the main breech, you got to put the charge in. This holds the main breech. What's crazy is these are inch-thick pieces that were water jetted out,
Yeah.
and it
No,
has
this is plasma.
plasma cut, and it has literally stretched these. They used to be perfectly straight. You can see a smile to them now. That's from the force of that thing, from just literally like 6 ounces of gunpowder.
And this right here is 1.5 inches thick of steel,
Yeah.
all the way in the inside. I cut a 45-degree angle and welded it. Took 2 hours to cut out, 2 hours to weld in. So it should hold. It's been holding.
And that baby can shoot a bowling ball how far?
Let's see, I think we gotten over a mile.
Gotten over a mile.
It will literally go through the clouds, and it whistles too.
Yeah, there's no clouds right now. You can only see them, but it will shoot through the clouds. The ball will disappear. You visually can barely see it. I mean, it goes to the point where your eyes just can't even see the ball anymore. It's pretty amazing. It has shot through a car before.
It's done a couple things.
We haven't really shot a lot of stuff with it. It's more or less just shoot it and watch it do its thing.
We haven't shot a frozen turkey yet.
I haven't shot a frozen turkey yet.
We'll probably do that one of these days.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, anyways, yeah, that thing is that's Legarm's toy. He gets he gets a bunch of use on and off. But I do have a bunch of compilation of shots of this thing going off. I just haven't put it in a video yet. You know me, guys. I like to wait till we get the right amount of shots. I want to get some more slow motion shots of it. I want to get some shots of it shooting some pretty crazy stuff. Maybe a concrete house. I don't know. We tried to shoot at the top of a hood of a car a couple weeks ago, and that white Oldsmobile that was on its side, the ball just bounced off the hood. We didn't have a very hot load. It was pretty light. It was only like 3 ounces, 3 or 4 ounces.
Oh, it was less than that.
And it wasn't packed either, the ball, and so it had no power. It just kind of went thunk and fell down. So, but we have had that baby pretty hot, and it'll blast. It took a bowling ball and shoved it from the trunk all the way into basically the engine block, the firewall of a car. Went through both seats, through the back, through the trunk, back door, back seat, front seat, all the way into the firewall. Just absolutely.
It disintegrated, and we come to find out the inside of that bowling ball was cork.
Yeah.
That one was, they make different cores, and that one we didn't know was cork. So we kind of looked for it inside, couldn't find it, and we realized all this particles was...
The squad is here. Welcome, squad. Do I have it still on the floor in here?
No,
Oh, you did. Oh, it's in the corner?
right there in the corner.
All right, guys. We're in the office. I will show you this.
Here, move it all the way, I'll put it on the bench.
Okay. I have a toy that is very expensive. And,
How he got his wife to say yes, I'm not sure.
I don't know how the wife got convinced to do this, but anyways, for the gun guys out there, you'll appreciate that. Anyone know what that is? Anybody? Takers? It's not a Mossberg. It's Desert Tech. There you go. Desert Tech. It's a Desert Tech A1. It's a first gen though. Or no, Gen 2. It's a Gen 2, not a Gen 3. It's not a 50 cal. It shoots 6.5, 260.
Do you have any in your...
I don't think I have any rounds in it, no. It's got a Thunder Beast. And this is a legal suppressor. I have this tax stamp for it. It's a Thunder Beast 7-inch titanium suppressor on it. It's got the Vortex Viper PST Gen 2 scope with 0 stop sturts on it. It's a 26-inch barrel fluted and 6.5 260 caliber, 5-round magazine. It's a bullpup, so you basically can fit a 26-inch barrel in a package that's not very long with a suppressor. And it's got an Atlas wannabe bipod on it. That's my deer hunting gun. Yeah, it's a beaut. It's a sweet gun. So, calling the cops. See, now I'm gonna get my YouTube channel banned. No, it's not an assault rifle. It shoots 1 bullet at a time. And yeah, they're made in Idaho, I believe, or Utah.
It's for target
Utah.
practicing, Nick.
Yeah, it's for It's actually, that is honestly what I do most of my shooting with. That thing is bench rest shooting. But I'm not like a really crazy gun guy. I got talked into that gun because there was a special Black Friday deal that was going on with Desert Tech, and I got it for a lot cheaper than they should be. They're a really expensive gun, and so that's how I ended up with that thing. It's a sweet gun. Honestly, though, there are some things about it I don't like. It's really heavy. It weighs like, with everything on it, full magazine, all gear, it weighs like 17 pounds. It's heavy. 2, there's just some weird things that are, and I know it's a smaller company. They've gotten big fast. They make the MDR now. The MDR is, I guess, a pretty sweet gun. It's like the Tavor, if you guys know what that is. So, we're at 99,000. 51. Oh, great. I bet you if I hold it here for more than like 10 seconds, it's going to drop like 50. Oh, no, it's going up. Okay. Look at the squad's comment, Welker. Sorry, I missed it. Where's the squad at? Sorry, man. Where's your at? Squad. Yo, Welkers, how are you doing? What did I miss? A lot of stuff, squad. We're just hanging out, man. We're getting close to that 100K. I got a video ready to go as soon as we get close. Oh, there it goes. That's ridiculous. That's actually pretty funny. I never saw you guys doing that. I like that. That's cool. Okay. All right. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, here. I need to get my bipod turned in here. Gonna find out what kind of grader that is.
10,000 series.
It is a 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So that grader is. Let me switch over. Sorry, guys. Let me flip my camera around. That grader is a 10,000 series motor grader. Let's see here. He's fake. He's an imposter. Oh, is he? He probably is. Fake squad. Okay, could be. Yeah, I'm sure there's more of those fake squad. Show us the case books.
Well, that's right. We actually don't
I guess we could do
necessarily
that.
need all those books.
That's not the real squad, Nick. He only has 2 subscribers. Oh, he's a fake. Marthius Holland. I saw one that said the squad too. I don't know if that was him, but yeah. Okay.
Is there anything to wipe this down?
Not the fake. Or is a fake. 15 bucks for your new Barris Eliminator. Gregory, thank you, man. Gregory, you gotta you gotta save some money for the kids, man. Appreciate it, Gregory. That's awesome.
So which one?
Which one do you guys want? We got red combines and we got red 4-wheel drive tractors. By the way, guys, these are gifts from Case International. They just wanted to say thanks for doing the live stream and that new combine of theirs. And so they sent us this in the mail. We really are pretty awesome, pretty thankful. I did not know these were coming. They just showed up. And yeah, we're pretty thrilled. So red combines they want. I see red combines. Okay. Oh, that one says tractors. Is Leg Arms a Welker? Yes, he is.
No, I just work here.
He's our slave.
Yes.
That's
pretty.
There's the Case card that says, "From your friends at Case, keep up the great work!" Exclamation point.
Okay.
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 Red combines. These books are by it's a Lee Clancher. Lee Clancher. I can't even pronounce it. Lee Clancher. Can I get a hat? Just send us an email at welkerfarmsinc@gmail.com. Fire the cannon.
Do we need better?
No, lighting's good.
Okay.
Yep. Red combines. There we go. I'll just leave it right here. I'll hold it steady.
Okay, I'm not going to spend too much time on each one.
Yeah, we have, what, 300 pages to go through?
Yeah. You know what's crazy to think? I just want to point this out. All these together is basically now almost one combine with like the 60-foot header, right?
I bet you, yeah, I bet you a series.
It's almost one
Class
combine.
9, Class 10 combine.
And you've got, how many do you have here? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right?
11 with probably 12-foot headers on them, maybe?
It's kind of hard to tell what this is right back here.
I mean, I doubt they can cut as fast as we can cut now. I subbed a month ago. Love the channel. Thank you, man, for the $2. I appreciate it. Ooh, there's a nice 8010.
Yeah, it is.
I remember when the 8010 first came out. Showed up at the Marias Fair. I looked at that thing and was like, what in the world did they do to their combines? Because there was hydraulic lines everywhere.
Huh.
Is that Neil? Is it Neil? No, Neil. What am I talking about? It's not Neil.
Boy, we could spend a lot of time in this book if we're not careful. There you go. One of the first combines, right?
Show the Big Bud toy. It's not in there. It's at my house. That's the one that's by my computer, but the box is up there. I put the box up there. There's an old John Deere over there.
There you go.
That's pretty cool. Love the channel. Thanks, guys.
You know, this book here is very impressive. There's a lot of history here that people just don't understand of what it took to get to where they're at. John Deere's the same way. New Holland. I mean, they've had to do a lot of things through the years to be innovated and to keep going. And you know, it's very impressive. Very impressive.
McCormick.
That's a sweet.
I honestly don't know the history to this. When McCormick became or international. See, it's McCormick, but it has the international logo on it.
Is it still McCormick? Yeah, it is.
See it, but it's got the right up there is the international logo. I don't. This is something I got to read because I honestly just don't know the history on that. I'm not as familiar as I should be.
I mean, I'm just flipping through. I'm not going page by
that's
page.
cool. They got,
It's
like,
gonna
the
take
blueprints.
forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch. Doing a chunk at a time. Nick, do you have the Big Bud storybook? I do have it. I did buy 2 of them. I gave one to my dad, and I have one. Or no, I only bought one. I gave one to my
I think
dad.
you only bought one.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I don't
I'm
know.
glad you did too, because
And I think we had it signed. No, that was that picture. We had the picture signed by Ron Harmon. And then they went through the fire, so they don't have a lot of those left. Wow, these are pretty cool. Look at that. Is that the first rotary? What year
I
was
think
that? House where separation works. That wasn't the first. That's got to be like
this is probably not too far from
1970s.
because the rotor's been out for almost 40 years, right?
Yeah.
30 some plus. Now
Okay.
that's the new combine.
What in the world is that? Concept. That's pretty cool.
I love it.
That actually doesn't look far off from that autonomous tractor. What in the world?
Yes.
Take your kids camping and harvesting at the same time.
Or when you're flooding in the fields, you can just kind of boat through and cut.
The tires.
That's awesome.
It's like something the Jetsons would.
Nick, our new project.
You know what goes through my head when I see that? The Jetsons. No, that's the Simpsons. How does the Jetsons theme song go?
Yeah, something like that.
Leroy.
Keep going, Nick.
I
That
don't
was,
remember
pretty,
how it goes.
that was really beautiful. Just keep going.
I just know the theme. I can't remember the names of the characters. Rosie's a robot. I remember that. Oh, that's nice. What is that?
80-10.
8010.
Yeah, they
Huh. Is that a straw baler attached to a... I don't know what that is. They got some John Deere's, New Holland, a bunch of cases over there. That's cool. All the John Deere people are leaving.
Well, John Deere needs to send us a book.
Yeah.
Then we can make all the case people leave.
That's cool.
It is very cool.
All right. We're getting close to the end of the book.
Okay, I'm just going to skip quite a bit because there's still a decent amount of the book left.
There's another one of those futuristic
I'm going to
harvesters.
pull it back one and just see if it has anything.
Oh, that thing is cool looking. Wow. Sugarcane harvester. I'd love to see one of those in real life. I bet those things are $1 million. Those are,
I don't know what those are.
I know it's some kind of, well, it says on it, tobacco.
Oh,
Tobacco harvester.
there
That's
you go.
pretty cool.
That's the new concept.
That's pretty sweet.
Looks like a bug on wheels.
Yeah.
9240.
John says, I like John Deere and I'm still here. I appreciate a machine regardless. Thanks, thanks, Drew.
Okay,
I knew you'd stick around. He is a John Deere guy.
let's put this back
Okay.
to the way it was.
All right. 925 to go. Just rolled up. She's ticking quick. I am getting low on cell phone battery. I've got 26% left, guys, so I definitely won't be able to live stream until we get to the 100K. But it was a good push. It gave us a bunch. I thought it'd be worth a shot. I'm doubtful we'll get to 100K by the end of the night. Probably sometime in the morning. I'm thinking if we get to 100,000 subscribers and it's like, I guess morning my time, what I'll do, it's going to be over 100,000 by the time I do the video, but I'll let you guys all know it'll be a premiere. So I'll notify everyone and say, hey, at this time, there'll be the premiere for the 100K video, and I'll be there live to chat with you guys. And then you guys can join in and watch that video. Because I don't know what's going to happen today, but you guys have, it's been a big push. We've had like literally up to 1,600 people watching this. So use another phone. I actually do have another phone I could use. We got our batteries charged up on it too. So, anyways, let's see what else we got. There was anybody else got any other options? Anything you want us to do real quick? I mean, I could stick
Have
on for
they
longer.
looked at that old tractor that's out here?
I haven't yet. I mean, it'll be in the video technically.
True.
Yeah, you guys will see that in the
I
video.
think that is an international.
Let's see here. Someone suggested earlier that leg arms fire the cannon naked. Do you guys want to see that? Really?
For your own eyes, so you don't pour bleach in them. I'm not gonna do that. Just saying. You no. That's maybe. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Nah. What else? Can we see the subs? You just want to see the subs so you guys can down sub and make me feel like I'm doing. Okay, go ahead. Here it is.
In the past 40 minutes.
99,085.
Past 40 minutes.
Can you arm wrestle? Leg arms would destroy me. I'm actually a terrible arm wrestler. I always have been. Oh, there it goes. Every time. You guys are just waiting to do that. You think that's funny, don't you? Don't you? You know, why don't you go make your own YouTube channel and live stream and watch people down subscribe you? I'm turning away from that. You guys are just mean when you do that. All right. So, what else? Can you look at the more old tractor? I showed you guys pretty much all our old tractors. We have one more. It's going to be in the video technically. Fumman's Burnouts. Nick's getting sassy. Pole dancing. Leg arms could probably do some pole dancing for us. Drift a bud. I don't know if I'd want to drift a bud on anything but ice. Which, if we start a bud this winter, for whatever reason we get stuck and we have to drive a big bud around and it's cold and that lake out there is frozen, I have thought about driving the bud on it.
Might see how many times we can spin it around before it hit the other end.
I'm really curious. If you get it going up to like 20 miles an hour and then turn right at the last second when you hit the ice, I bet you get it and I spin the whole way. I will have that on drone footage if we do that. and a lot of people are gonna be like, you guys are a bunch of idiots. You don't do that to those tractors. It's on ice.
Well, let's put it this way. It ain't pulling a big plow through the field, ripping at full RPM for 10, 12 hours straight.
Yeah. Pretty
It's
easy.
just on ice going, woo.
Yeah. I don't think it would hurt the differentials or anything.
And if it did, come on, Big Bud, build it stronger.
All right. Go back time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want you to flex.
Flex. These flabby arms, they're all show.
I know.
I've got a bunch.
Yeah.
Just broad and thick and big and fat.
We used to have nice arms.
Used to.
Well, while you're still streaming, Nick, I know, Monty, I gotta quit. We're on a roll. No one's gonna watch 2 hours and 40 minutes. Hey, this is a celebration to get close to 100K. Where are we at? You guys should see this. Look at this. This is kind of funny.
It's
So-
pretty impressive, though.
I think that's when you first were a bunch of smart
Yahoos.
people. And that's the second time.
Second Yahoo.
And that's the third time.
Third Yahoo.
And we're just about to 99, 100.
And it's gonna drop.
It's not gonna drop. They're all gonna subscribe right now.
It's gonna go to 50K. Come on, 50K. Come on, 50K.
I have 1,200 people right now that could just unsubscribe right now.
You realize, guys, you're not getting that much closer to shooting a cannon,
I think-
so...
I'm worried that YouTube is going to flag this as some kind of suspicious fake subscriber activity. And then they're going to probably do an investigation into my channel. And it'll be down for a while they figure out if this is real or not or what's going on.
Don't worry, Nick, it's not on you. It won't be on you.
Look at that. This went down 50 subscribers. Oh, it's going back up again. We're good. We're good. Yeah, it's gonna throw some weird algorithm. It's gonna flag the YouTube system. YouTube's gonna be like, they are manipulating their subscribers somehow. And they're gonna I'm gonna get close to 100K and they're gonna cut me off for like a month while they investigate and find out what's going on. And then I'm gonna send them this video and show them, be like, that's what's going on. It's a bunch of my subscribers. Fake news. Nice. That's exactly right. Yep. Okay. Why did you go with the Thunder Beast? At the time, it had a special deal. Basically, they were going to raise their prices like 25%, and it was basically the best pound per pound for 7-inch size can you could put on the gun at the time. So I went ahead, bit the bullet, bought it, ordered it, and got it, and then like a month later it went up 25% price. So that's why I got the Thunder Beast. It is a great suppressor. It's built very well. I know they're one of the better ones, but they're not the best. I mean, I should say not the best. There are a lot of other suppressors out there. I don't know, honestly, that much. It was more or less a friend's recommendation to me. Jordan said, hey, you should get this suppressor. And I was like, okay. That's how it usually works. So, but do they still make big buds? No, they don't.
Well, kinda.
There's talk that they're building new ones in Georgia. A different company, got big bug name.
Rome Plow, isn't it?
Rome Plow, yes. And then technically, Big Equipment, which is the company that Ron Harmon started after Big Bud went out of business. Ron Harmon owned Big Bud for a number of years. Anyways, that company takes in old Big Buds and restores them, gets them into like basically almost perfect working condition again. They look mint, and then sells them, and they get back out and get working again. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, so they are Big Buds still being. That hand's getting tired.
Do you want me to hold it?
Oh, it's fine. I only have 20% battery left. I'm getting down here fast. So I don't have a lot more battery left to this. My new phone actually it's got a better processor in it. It's got the Snapdragon 845 processor, which is more efficient with its battery usage, and it's also a lot faster. So I notice my screen is smoother when I do animations and stuff like this. It actually plays it right. Yeah, see that, guys? That's telling something. Let me turn that off. There we go. Anyways. Let's see here. How much does a Big Bud cost? You can buy them anywhere from like $15,000 for a really beat up old Series 1 that's like thrashed, that doesn't hardly run.
Probably like, what, 300?
Yeah, $300,000 for like for a really big one that's built up.
It all depends on if Ron Harmon and his crew decides to do some crazy engine swap and puts, does some crazy thing, that number can go way up.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what they can do with.
Ron Harmon actually has a tractor in the back that's a heavy frame.
Yeah.
And it's just waiting for someone to come by with like $300,000 and be like, hey, Ron, I want a 1,000 horsepower tractor and I want you to build it for me.
Was it ever finished?
No, but
I didn't think it was.
It has a V12. I think it's a V12 Cummins in it.
In the frame?
Yeah, in frame right now. And the engine's brand new and never ran.
Really?
They just never finished the tractor. As far as I know, that's what I was told. It's in their yard.
Well, they were making quite a few different styles, and some of them never got finished.
It's like part Clark, but it's like an 80,000 pound tractor or something.
It's not gonna be like the 747 like frame. That's the biggest frame, but it's still probably what you think, an 80,000 pound tractor when it's said and done.
Yeah,
probably close to 90,000.
It could be that heavy. It's like that one that 950 that went down to. Actually, I don't know when it isn't like that. I think it's a different style. I've never seen.
Completely different.
It doesn't have a cab on it.
No.
I've seen a couple pictures of it, but it's waiting and just needs. It has brand new axles under it. It's never been ran. The company went out of business when they were making it, so it's just sitting in their yard. And so if someone came by and said, "Hey, I want the biggest, baddest tractor you can make me," they could build you.
It would be a beautiful tractor when it's said and done.
Just takes a little money.
Yeah.
But if you got money to throw at something, if you had $500,000, they could build you a 1,000 horsepower tractor pretty easy, and you would be the talk of the town for a long time.
Oh yeah. And then you never run it. You could be a little scared to break it.
Go see the puppies. They're all the way over there. I have to keep walking back and forth. I have a question for you guys. All right, for you diesel knowers, recently bought a new, unique wake boat, but it's wrapped for the wake boat, but it's wrapped for the winter. Need a new truck for any advice on preferred diesel to pull it? You're talking about a truck to pull the boat. We're typically GM people. We like Duramaxes. If you're on the road, you're not going off-road much. You're not going over rough terrain. You don't have to worry about ripping your oil pan off if it's rocks. The Duramax is a nice truck. That's going to be an engine that'll run you a long time. It's got a lot of power. That Allison's tough to beat. Comfortable riding. Probably one of the best riding pickups out there. The 6.7 Power Stroke is a pretty much a workhorse.
It's a pretty impressive engine. It really is.
They built that truck up really well. You can't really go wrong with that. That's a nice truck. I wouldn't hesitate to have a 6.7. Honestly, I wouldn't go with a 6.4 or a 6.0, but a 6.7 is a good engine. And Dodge, the Cummins is a good engine, but I've had a friend that's gone through a lot of Dodges so far, and he had like new. I mean, like 2013, 2014. He'll buy them new, and the transmission goes out at like 30,000 miles. Electronic issues. He's had that truck in for warranty work.
Unbelievable amount of times.
I know it could be a lemon, but still, it's left a sour taste in my mind for Dodges. So I don't know.
I mean, any truck you get can be a lemon. There could be any problems with it, but it's hard to say. I mean, whatever fits your fancy. Let's put it that way.
It depends your price, your budget too.
Yeah.
If it's a wakeboarding boat, you probably have money, and if you have money, then you could probably get into a nice truck. Trucks are expensive. If you don't want to
say a Peterbilt.
Yeah.
Just get a Peterbilt. You'll be fine.
If you don't want to spend above like $40,000 for a truck, then you better go find like I'd be like an 08, 09 Duramax or go like a 2013 Power Stroke. So yeah, the farm does have a Duramax on it. You guys are interested in my dad. I'm gonna flip this hard. 101, 99, 101, 102. That website's fun to watch. I like it.
I think when Nick's trying to go to sleep, he just sits there and looks at it until he gets bored and falls asleep. I can see it soothing.
It's why I have dual monitors on my computer at home, because one monitor just has my subscriber counter.
Seriously. No joke.
And now they're all unsubscribing again. Just because I show it for a split second. Oh, that goes back up again. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah. No,
puppies, please. Puppies, please. We'd have to walk over there. I have 18% battery. I'm getting low. It's going to shut my phone off soon. And let's see here. Any more questions? Did you guys have any potatoes at Someone Impossible Go? Oh, we can't grow potatoes out here. They wouldn't grow very well here. New combines coming in a week. Could happen. Arm wrestle with leg arms. I don't want to hurt my shoulder. He'd break my arm.
Little brother, he's scared.
Yeah, I am a little scared of him. Do you have a Power Stroke? We don't have a Power Stroke on the farm.
No.
Not that I don't like Power Strokes, we just don't have one on the farm. We've got two Cummins, we've got a Duramax, and we've got a 6.2 diesel, but we're not going to have that much longer. So, got a guy that wants to take that over and fix her up. It's gonna be a good pickup for him. So, let's see. Why is his name Leg Arms? Because his arms are big. They look like legs.
Somebody had a very fun personality and decided to name me something.
Yeah.
Who knew, right?
Sargent, Bill Sargent.
Bill Sargent.
That's his name on
Thank
YouTube.
You, Bill Sargent.
He named Leg Arms. So, in the live stream. Leg for real. I'm sure I do have some. We've been in the office. This is a bad place to be. I'm actually really surprised at how good a service I have here, but it's been a period. No corn. Why are you Mr. Hollywood? I got named that because everybody said I needed a nickname, and they didn't. They just thought, hey, you know what? He makes videos. He's a video editor. He might as well be Hollywood. I don't like Hollywood. Not that I don't like the name Hollywood. I don't like Hollywood in general, but the place is a bunch of crazy people there. But the name Hollywood, I guess it fits, right? So.
If that number goes way down because you said that, Nick,
I don't know if I have anyone in Hollywood that likes me. They're not going to do a reality TV show anytime soon, I'll tell you that. If I keep talking like that.
Probably not.
That's okay. Actually, I would be kind of fun to tour Hollywood someday. I've never been there. It'd be cool. So, would you get a John Deere R-Series tractor? Probably not, but I'm never going to rule anything out because you just never know what might happen. So.
It all depends on how you're sitting with.
I like calling you Hollywood. Yeah, what's that?
A little bit of change that all determines everything.
Money and deals, what works best. Our Leg Arms and I family, yes we are, we're brothers. Yep, we're 15 months apart, so we're pretty close in age. How many acres of land do you farm? Around 10,000. Will you ever get a cart? Grain cart, maybe someday.
It would be nice, but
it might happen someday.
We'll see. You just never know.
It could. We have to have a tractor to pull it. That's our dilemma. Is we either have to buy a tractor or build up a tractor to pull a grain cart because we have to have the hydraulics or buy a tractor with a PTO, power takeoff.
I mean, we can run our buds, but the thing is, we'd rather not have somebody that you just throw them on a tractor. You kind of want somebody that knows how to run them. Like our buds, we can run them with a grain cart if we made the hydraulics, but
you gotta know how to shift because you go through those gears a lot, and transmissions are expensive. I mean, that Bud is a $40,000 transmission in that Series 3. You don't want someone pounding through those gears and high RPMs and downshifting and blow a transmission out.
The transmission can handle it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if they don't treat it correctly.
The thing is with us is our land doesn't get swampy like in corn country. So we can drive our trucks through our fields, beat our trucks up. I mean, we bought that red Peterbilt for just under $8,000. I mean,
we actually haven't hardly dumped any money into it.
Yeah, it's been
a good truck.
Really good truck.
And then of course we bought that blue Peterbilt for $14,500. I thought, was that right?
Yes. This guy says, do an ice fishing video, please. Don't worry. I have a lot of ice fishing video. I got that new camera that I want to use. So I decided, I know guys, I'm terrible at this, but my computer's full of video. I can make a lot of videos. I'm going to make a sweet ice fishing video, but I want to put that camera in the water and get a little bit more video this ice fishing season. When I feel like I've got it, you guys will get the video.
Nick, you got a bathtub. Put that camera in the water.
Yeah, we do have some koi. Hi Nick, I like arms. Do you grow barley? We haven't in a long time. We could.
Have we ever when we were kids?
Not in my lifetime.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
It's not. We're not opposed to it, but we just don't. I guess.
What is your biggest tractor? It's a Series 3 Big Bud, 50,000 pounds, about 600 horsepower. Have you ever thought about doing cattle? No. Not that we have anything against cattle. We just don't really have the land. We have land. It's just not conducive for really running cattle.
We don't have the water supply, and there's just not enough material on the land for them to eat. So what we have to do is bring in hay bales all the time, and then basically providing water and hay to try to support it. And it doesn't really. We could, but.
And we have no fences, and fences are like $5,000 to $10,000 per mile. And if you have to fence in like 50 miles, not that much. Yeah. Let's just say you fence in 20 miles. Yeah, it's like $5,000 to $10,000 per mile. Add that up. So, yeah, it's expensive. Do you have any wells there? We don't really. We actually have very bad groundwater.
What we do have is a lot of natural gas.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of natural gas around here. No groundwater really, but so if you drill, you got to be careful.
Yep. That's how it works. Get a 96020 RX and you'll have more subs. I will. Green paint does bring in subs. There's no doubt about that. That's okay. There's red fans out there too. We'll make more of them. And white fans. White paint brings in a lot of subs too. We got that. So.
Well, if it really determines on the color, we can go get paint.
Yeah, we could paint something.
Go paint whatever you want.
We could paint that versatile green.
There you go.
I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind that, would you? Let's see here. How much subscribers do you have? 99,119. We are, what is that? 881 subscribers short. 881 subscribers short of 100,000 subscribers. It's going up fast.
I don't know if it's going to make the deadline.
I don't know if we'll get there.
Probably not tonight.
You guys got to do it. We get there. I was really wanting to try to get it today. I thought we might be able to push it. I know, it's all going to drop off. My phone says I'm on low battery now. Okay, any last requests before my phone battery decides it wants to die on me? It's going to take a little bit to charge my phone up. I probably won't do another live stream today. I don't think I will, actually. But if we get close to that 100,000 subscribers for some odd reason by tonight and I'm still up and around, I might still schedule the video tonight. If it doesn't happen, we're going to hit 100K probably sometime tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, maybe Tuesday, and then I'll schedule a premiere for that video, and you guys will be there. So definitely know that. There is a video coming out in celebration of 100K. And then I guess I got nothing else to do in life, right? YouTube.
We got stuff for you.
Yeah.
We have things for you to do, Nick.
How's my PC doing? My PC's doing great. It's still fast. I like it a lot. I bought a new keyboard for it. I got a nice Logitech coming in. It's a G413. Is that what it is? I think that's what it is. I ordered it the other day. Shoot the cannon. Got to get to 100K first. Keep streaming. Running out of battery. Drive the John Deere. It's way over there. I don't want to go get it. Minneapolis Moline. We could start it.
It's been a long time.
It needs to run. It really does need to run.
It's been a long time.
I see there's a battery in the backhoe as well. It's not hooked up.
Dad used that earlier this year.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Well, Yeah, MM. It'd probably start.
Yeah, I think it probably would. But do you have enough battery?
Well, we got 14% battery. We gotta do it fast. Okay, let's start that MM real quick. We'll get it started. That thing is so fun to run because
battery and some gas.
not only that MM will sit there and you'll turn it off. It'll literally turn off.
It's very possible it might not run because it's 1.8.
Yeah, it could have some old gas in that carb. It might just crank over a bunch and we won't get it started. But, you know, guys, little trick for you, all you guys out there that don't know much about engines, just spray like 2 cans of ether in there. 2, maybe 3 cans of ether, and yeah, it'll start right away, no problem. Don't do that, by the way, actually. That's a bad idea. I'm going to try to plug in this charger back in my phone because I think now my phone has less battery than this thing does. Is it going to charge? Come on, come on. Oh, I have an idea. Hang on, guys. I might be able to get us a little more juice. I have my old charge pack from my old phone. I'm going to have to take it out of this selfie stick, though, to do this. Hang on, guys. Okay. Let's take this out. Unplug this. Hang on. Lag. I'm sorry. Hang on. Putting this on here. Oh, it's not gonna work. Come on. It's not gonna work. Okay. Well, we're just gonna go like this. Got a battery? Okay. I'll let you drive. We got 13% battery to make this happen. I'm riding shotgun. Leg arms will take the driver's seat. Big leg. Sorry guys, I went in the back of the shop there. The back of the shop does not have very good signal. Okay. Going. 12% battery. I'm at 99,129 subscribers. Woo! Could you show us the JD 4-wheel drive? We don't have a John Deere 4-wheel drive.
Not anymore.
Yeah, we don't anymore. We used to have an 8430, and we ended up selling it to a, I won't say neighbor, because he lives pretty far from us, but from a guy we know way up north. I kind of wanted to start this thing too, get it fired up.
There's no water at the bottom.
Of the oil pan? The exhaust, I looked at it, it's good sealed. It should be fine. Floor it! Oh, not that. That's okay. We don't have time for that. We don't have battery. All right, the old MM. Need to bend the exhaust back. What's that?
Oh, that's hitting the tree.
Yeah, I know. I told him about that earlier. Okay. It looks like it is bone dry in there.
See the glass bowl that's empty.
11% battery life. My plan is to get this thing going, and I want to put it in the back of that building where the concrete house is, maybe, or in one of our other shops. We'll see. There's not an hour meter on this girl. Should we take that off, clean it out?
Yeah, might be a stupid thing because
It might not seal.
Yep.
Maybe we shouldn't. Ugh.
We'll wash it out with a little bit of gas.
Okay.
I'm sure this is.
See, we got a drip back here. Oh, the line's leaking over here. Or the tank's leaking.
Probably.
Yeah. Tank's got a leak in it right there. Looks like the fuel line wore into the tank.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna.
Is it gonna run out?
Oh yeah, you're gonna start.
Start a fire. My I could plug it, I would. But... That's too bad. Yeah, that's running quite a bit of gas out. I don't know, guys. It looks like that fuel line right there wore a hole into the tank. Right there. See that? That's not good.
I want to start a fire for everybody to see, right?
Yeah, I don't have any fire extinguishing stuff here.
Yeah, that's not,
Okay.
it's not filling up fast enough.
We got to do something about that fuel line. And that leak is no good. All right, well, I don't think it's going to work, guys. It was worth a shot. It's been a number of years since she's ran. I don't know, 3 or 4? Yeah, that's not good. There's gas going everywhere over here. We're good, but you just better not do it.
Well, as long as the starter doesn't start on fire.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Well, starter's on the other side, so... You want to try to still fire it?
Gas isn't high enough.
To even get there. Okay, so we're waiting for this glass bowl here to fill up with gas. It's slowly dribbling into it. This line probably needs replaced. You know, this tank's probably
Okay,
thin.
I'm just gonna see what happens. Can't pull the choke out.
It's not. The gas is just now getting to the fuel filter. Gotta get that wind block for you guys.
It's still.
It's looks like the glass bulb is full. There we go. Yep, I can move it. Dad says he bets the points aren't connecting. Yeah, the chokes are broke now. I loosened it up.
Well, I can't even pull it.
Oh, really? Oh, you can push it. Oh, you can't? Okay. Well, it's open all over. Yeah, she's probably not going to go.
I bet you
Yeah, the ignition system on this thing needs cleaned every now and then. You got to go through and adjust it.
on the other side.
She's got oil.
Which oil do you have, or how much battery do you have?
How much battery? Oh, my phone's got 7%. We might lose you guys. We're just about to die. Pull start it. Yeah, actually, have we ever pull started this thing before?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty dirty.
Cannot pull this tab off. There we go. Okay.
Like I'm just cleaning the points. With some emery cloth. And clean that one up. There we go.
Just look underneath here.
This is a common problem with these MMs, especially when they're old like this.
A lot of point system distributors just always have a problem.
Come on.
VW bugs were very much so a problem.
It's not like we're leaking a bunch of gas in the ground over there.
It's free.
Yeah.
Farm's paying for it. Okay.
Come on, MM. I'm shutting this live stream down very fast. There's gas in the carb. It's full. It's leaking out of the carb now. Oh, I just lost it. My phone jumped.